Hello, everybody. Welcome to VR Master League here on Venues and twitch.tv/VR Master League. I'm Palador, and I'm being joined by Luke, by Psychaotic on the sidelines, Wonder T-Man on the cams. We've got Outback Blaze helping us mod in the background, and, well, you hear that? That's the sound of Challenger Cup for North America starting off here as we begin the final stretch on a road to the finals. Luke, what's going on?
Oh, man, I am so excited. It's the final countdown. I mean, this is really Master Qualifiers, as you say. Of course, you know, the winner of this weekend's matches, both in NA and EU, will pull on through to that next weekend, May 14th, May 15th, and, you know, trying to get in those top seeds for Master Tier in Season 5. So I'm super excited.
Yes, Psychaotic, you'll be on the sidelines for this first one, joining on the main cast a little later on. Fire the question at you too. What are your thoughts? Any predictions, expectations? Really, this is your chance to just speak your mind.
You know, I really don't know. If you had talked to me and asked me that 3 weeks ago, who knows? But both of these teams had some pretty significant roster pickups right before the lock, so this could be a toss-up.
Yeah, you know, every single season, especially the last few, these Challenger Cups have just been more and more intense, full of surprises, upsets, and what have you. So it gets hard to predict and harder by each season as the skill level just keeps on increasing. That ceiling keeps on being reached and then broken through. And, well, looks like now both teams readied up, so we are breaking through to the start of the first round. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Enjoy yourselves. I know we will here on the cast. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Nebraska Numbskulls in orange, Tensor in blue, and who is going to get this disc through? Well, it's going to be a right bounce, but not into the hands of the Numbskulls as they get a quick clear, but it's still in control. Going to get sent back by Jake. Jake, that disc is free, so will get sent through as they slow it down, and Tensor now setting up an offense.
All right, and a quick pass down to Phenom there. Had it snagged, though, by Jumadbro, and up top, no one there to receive, but will be taken by James. James passing off to Matthew. Matthew on the cross attempt on the cutter, but no go, and back into the wedge.
Back into the wedge, Jake, now for the long clear. No stacks are ready, though, unfortunately. So it is just going to get picked up here by Tensor, who goes for the clear, immediately gets stunned, though, so it is going to get stuck there in the trap area. Who's going to get there first? It will be Tensor still. So trying to clear the second time, and that one still doesn't quite go through. Nebraska Numbskulls, not quite an open three, but it's a 2-on-1, but that pass doesn't quite connect. So Tensor gets control.
Oh, and slipping by on that disc off some stuns, but recovered in the back lane, looks like. Good reset out there. Ruptured over to Callan. Callan over to Jumadbro. Madbro back to Callan, cycling the disc beautifully here at the end of this cycle, but unable to find that final pass to that ever-powerful clock position. So reset again. They're persistent with it. I mean, they're connecting, and the dots are right on. It's 2-0.
Nebraska Numbskulls getting the first points in this game, and man, that was a few minutes in. Well, a minute and a bit, but nevertheless, you know, a very balanced match so far. Of course, Nebraska Numbskulls and Tensor being the 12th and 13th on the ladder, respectively, coming into this match. And well, the game so far is playing out that way. But Tensor, quick pass to the near side wall, going to be quickly in the hands of Matthew. Matthew across, but again, those passes not quite connecting for Tensor. So will be Numbskulls able to get the clear.
And as we know with cups like this, the high intensity end of the season, max viewership and pressure. It'll take a few minutes to warm up sometimes, not only in terms of calming your nerves, but also getting used to what the other team is doing. Right now, what they're doing is dunking and almost trying to stop it, but putting a cork through that. Ruptured attempted to save. It's tied up now on, I believe that was Matthew.
I believe that was Matthew. So yeah, tie game, but dunk meta is certainly a great meta and certainly a tough one to counter. But the game's tied. It's a new game now. Nebraska Numbskulls with the just advantage.
Now over here on the Numbskulls too, I recognize Jakey and Kellen. They're both on my NEPA sister team, the Sparrows. So just an interesting note there. I've had some conversations and played with these guys recently. Obviously already known them from CAS and VRML for last several seasons and whatnot. So super talented players on every level on both sides of the floor. As that goes to, well, the mid side of the floor, taken by Newt now.
Yeah, taken by Newt. Now over to James. James back over across now to Phenom. Phenom diving in and just taking the 2, and there you go. Tensor once back in the lead, 4-2.
All right, Phenom able to right that ship and get in their 4th point. Phenom definitely wears a lot of hats here in the Echo Arena competitive scene across VRML, across NEPA, across various other community leagues and events. I mean, he is all over the place. He casts, he organizes, but right now he is showing he can, as much or maybe more than anything, he can play. He is a gamer here at the top level.
He certainly is. I mean, huge shout out to Phenom. Definitely a big brain for the game. And, well, he's looking just to rotate back as Nebraska Numbskulls get that reset coming through. Raptured. Sending that one low to Jumadbro. Jumadbro over, and in, not quite in by Jake, as that is just going to go a little bit high and wide, but will there be a backline player to recover? There won't be. So Tensor trying to get a hand on it, but just not finding the stack, not finding the speed, and not quite finding the pass. So a bit of a self-pass there as Callan is moving upfield, finds the pass low, yes. Connecting in, one more pass, one more goal, and once again, this game's tied at 4.
And you see the nice touch that Raptured put on that pass as well. That's one thing you have to recognize, especially in bubble offense. It's so congested in there, and the passing lanes are so thin sometimes that you have to throw it fast enough to get past the defense, but not so fast that you completely rocket it past your teammates' hands. So it really requires some finesse, and that was beautifully done.
Yeah, it certainly was. And I mean, I expect lots of beautiful plays here. Of course, these teams are trying to break into that highest top level, that master division for the finals. And well, Tensor's looking for another 2. Backboard! Oh, that's not going to quite go through, as it is going to be Numbskulls trying for the clear and getting it all the way through. Is the stack ready? They are. It's a race. Is that in? No, but the recovery. They get it. 6-4, Nebraska Numbskulls in the lead for the first time.
Recovery's not only in, it's Callan taking him to school. That's the 101. 2 points there, and way to just stay on top of the disc, not giving up on the play, and just being in the right position to read that for a beautiful hit before the defense could do anything.
Yeah, a great quick play, and I mean, these mistakes, there's so few that they make, but the second they make them, I mean, they get punished. There's a nice long relay, not quite an open 3, but not enough time to think, so will be picked up here by Jumadbro, but not sent through as James just slows it down and resets it over to Phenom.
And Phenom over to Newt as well, just redirects right around the shoulder and then shrugs the shoulders, saying, yeah, I got this nice and easy off the pass. That's another thing, too. See, back pass doesn't necessarily have to even mean slow down, Luke. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it just means reset, and then as quickly as you send it way back, it goes right back to the front line for a quick goal with the defense still scrambling.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the brains, the speed, the momentum changes, the dynamicism of these players is certainly incredible. And that pass will somehow make its way over to Jake, as Jake is just trying to buy some space and finding the pass across. It will connect now over to Jumadbro. Jumadbro under pressure to Callan. Callan, the bounce shot, not quite finding the back of the net that time.
The famous bounce. Callan loves certainly the bounce shots, especially off the backboard. Jakey here, though, with the disc passing it over to the aforementioned, but Matthew just getting the better end of that on the stuns. But Madbro recovers a quick pass down below and over the head of Phenom, who won't be over the moon about that. But it's a 2-point game here. Very close still yet.
Yeah, a great play from them. I mean, I love the quick recovery coming right back into the bubble. I mean, exactly that. Resets, sometimes they're slow, sometimes they're fast, and tonight they certainly seem to be fast. As Nebraska Numbskulls are keeping up this 2-point lead. Tensor looking for some more control, going for a low relay. Will it connect to James? Yes. James over to Newt. Newt over to the stack. Will be picked up by Phenom. Sending it back, getting pressure now from both sides. So there is 2 players caught back, but now they found the stack. It's a 2-on-1. The cut, the shot. Oh, that's a 3. Oh my goodness, Phenom finding the back of the net.
Wow, Phenom getting that after it was looking like really good defense in the mid lane, but all it takes is that one player to slip away, and then the unexpected shot almost coming in. It's one of those, Luke, where you say, because it went in, great shot, but if it had been saved, you say, oh, that was interesting shot selection. But it worked.
Yeah, that's exactly one of those plays. But Faye, I mean, he loves those quick anchor shots, you know, and, well, they work, so you can't complain about them. So Tensor now in the control here. Maybe a momentum change for them, but Nebraska Numbskulls are looking to get another goal as they do find the pass back. Will be Raptured. One back over, back to Callan. Callan, one more dunk. There you go. 10-9, Numbskulls.
There you go, the 2 Numbskulls teammates as well as Sparrow's teammates able to connect on a nice alley-oop. Doesn't get too much more efficient and high percentage than that. Once that disc is caught on that goalpost, pretty much a guarantee that's going in. Just about every time. I won't say every single time because, you know, there's always the one. But.
I've seen literally once. I've only ever seen it saved once.
Yeah.
But, oh boy. I mean, Nebraska Numbskulls are really finding another gear here as they have a 4-on-1. But they are just going to try to play this time game right now. But they'll pass one more back. Maybe you're looking for a goalie stunner? No. Callan just taking some time trying to bait out the defender, and, well, it works. 12-9, Numbskulls now 3 points up.
And that's pretty large lead in terms of now the fact that in this last minute and a half, you're forcing the pressure on the opponent. Now they have to decide, do we just go for a 3 to tie it here? Do we have to try and play a little bit more aggressive and bold? Or do we try and rely on our defense, force some turnovers, get a couple 2s in a row? So this is being up by 3. It's such a big thing in that final minute.
It's a huge thing, and that's a huge goal! Oh my goodness, Callan coming in. And, well, 6 in the hole is Tensor. With 1 minute left, it's still possible, but it's certainly a tough ask.
Oh, very, very much so. So what I said about 15 seconds ago, we'll just take that and double it up. That is humongous to put them in a great position to win this first round. Again, reminder, this is a double elimination tournament. The top 2 teams across this 2-day event will be the ones to advance to finals next week, along with the other 8 master teams. But yeah, this first round, it's looking like it's going to be Nebraska.
Oh, I was looking like another 3-2, but maybe they're going to get one more just for posterity, as they do. There we go, 17-9. Not quite necessarily the final scores. They do have a few seconds left, but I mean, Numbskulls really turned it up here in the last few minutes of this round.
Very much so, and Callan as well in the last 3 plays, I believe, had an effect. The last 2 shots, and then the 3 plays ago also had the assist. So really just putting a stamp, putting his kind of personal touch on this final minute or 2 to secure this round. So well done. We're going to go to the sidelines now on the first round and hear from Psychaotic on her thoughts here.
If I can find the unmute button. There we go. Hi. Yeah, so what a performance here by both teams. For the first half of that round, these teams were going basically completely even, blow for blow. But then, you know, Nebraska Numbskulls just kind of found it. They figured out the pacing that they needed to play around Tensor. Tensor, a lot of times, you know, especially early in the round, was playing a little bit messier than what we are normally expecting from them, but that's not because they're playing poorly. I think it's because Nebraska Numbskulls was putting on enough pressure onto that Tensor offense that it was forcing some bad passes. Another you know, thing that I've found that was working well for Tensor and then they stopped, which might have contributed to how Nebraska ran away with it, is they stopped utilizing that back option as much as they did in the beginning of the round. Tensor has a really unique playstyle in that you called it out in the middle of the round. Their reset option is not strictly a reset option. They treat that as a 4th player, and they move the disc in and out of the bubble all across the offensive side of the arena until they are ready and find that lane that they finally want to push. But on the flip side of that is they had 3 shots taken, I think, the entire round. They had 9 points total. So while they capitalize on 100% of their shots, they're not finding as many offensive opportunities as they need to counter how much Nebraska is scoring.
All right, thank you, Saika. And actually, yeah, that's a stat that I didn't even realize until you just pointed it out, but absolutely, 13 shots taken for Nebraska, only 3 shots for Tensor. That is a striking stat as we are right into the second round now. Phenom on this first play. The assist, it looks like, doesn't miss. James knows what to do with it.
Yeah, and Saika, I mean, they must have been taking notes because if you watch that back, they found, sure, it was a clear, attempted clear, but it was a quick reset. They utilized the option. They found the pass, and they found the backboard to get an early 2 points. So Tensor definitely coming out with some momentum here in the second round.
Yeah, way to make the adjustments and just get on the board first. Be kind of on the right foot to start, so to speak, and just be in a position of comfort despite losing the first round. It's always great when you can start not feeling like you're already playing from behind. So now they just got to rely on, again, that speed and this pretty aggressive defense with the passes being maneuvered through carefully.
Yeah, very careful maneuvers, great stack pressure, but the stun, will just be so poorly timed. So what a great play from Nebraska Numbskulls playing the passing game, getting 2 on the board.
Very well done there. They're so crowded as well. Thought that was a definite turnover about to happen, but just knocked out a pair of players and then left a defender in disc repair. So tied up.
Well, here we go. I mean, Tensor started strong. Let's see if they can continue. Finds that right-left relay. It does connect nice and high. Back to Newt. Newt, will he find the back option? Yes, he will. But unfortunately, it's too fast, too quick. That's a self-clear. That's a free disc. And that will get picked up, though, fortunately, by Tensor, who sends it right back on through.
Yeah, looking for the deep reset option, I guess, because it does bite on the goal. It's Phenom able to get zip from one end to the other and find themselves a 3-point advantage because of it.
Wow. Wow. I mean, what a differently paced game compared to the last round. As we're only a couple minutes in, but already 7 points on the board. Oh, my. Let's see what Nebraska Numbskull has in store.
And kind of pulling out a shout out to old .com Synapse player from the past. Just the deep reset. That's all it was.
Of course, everything is always intentional. As there was a very intentional pass, but unfortunately their teammate was stunned. So it will be Phenom finding the forward pass to James. James not seeing the open 3, but sees the high pass. Unfortunately, off the head. Will get recovered. Another flip. Matthew goes for another quick reset. Will be good to Faye. Faye right back in, but right back red by Jakey, as it is going to get sent back, but not for long, as Tensor is still in control.
I'm really liking this aggressive defense. I'm seeing from really both teams to large degrees. They are swarming across the outside of the bubble. Which is inherently, it can be risky, but we're seeing here it pays off because they do get the disc. They get a deep shot. Is it going to be in? Yes, sir. Jumadbro makes it from way far out.
Oh, what a shot. Nebraska Numbskulls just like that, able to tie this game and get the momentum back in their favor. So Tensor for the second time in a row now with the joust advantage. Let's see what they can do.
Man, what a big, confident hit as well. And even had that miss, that sack was already there for a guaranteed rebound. As Matthew and Co try to do the same, rebound and rebuttal. It's James trying to hit that top pocket, but grabbing it is Newt, a quick shield, and backs it out for that brief reset. Phenom, though, right back to Newt. Some two-man game going on. Make it 3 and make it a goal. Phenom from James. Everyone touching the disc on that entire play. That was beautiful.
It absolutely was. Tic-tac-toe and then right on the goal. I mean, oh my. Tensor finding, I mean, the response from Nebraska Numbskulls. I mean, both these teams have such momentum right now. Let's see what the Numbskulls can do.
See, this is one of those, like this style of gameplay. Normally you see teams play either that they commit to slow, commit to fast, but we're seeing both here. It seems, and a grab from Phenom. Absolutely gobbling it up here. And a turnover into the midfield.
Into the midfield, but the stacks are ready. They do get stunned in the midfield, unfortunately, so they do break apart. But that clear, will it find its way through? It will. It's low, and well, Tensor trying to get a read. But oh no, where's the disc? Oh, there it is. As Matthew picks it up, and man, this gameplay is just so fast-paced as that does find its way through. That is going to be, though, Nebraska Numbskulls getting the stack and getting the recovery, though.
Yeah, talk about full throttle, Luke. That is exactly what this is. I mean, there are some back passes and resets, but they don't last long. They just keep on pressing forward with that. This is a team who's very decisive in their maneuvers. As you can see right there, look at all these passes in a row.
Yeah, they're finding it, and they're finding another goal. Tensor now with the biggest lead in this matchup, up by 4, 9-5.
How about it? Look at that. Just, again, they're resetting, but the thing is, no one is holding onto the disc for too long. Not to put in a cheap plug, but this reminds me of my Phoenix Suns here, okay? Because they run something they call, 0.5 or less, I think, on the offense, which just means whenever someone gets the disc on the team, they already have made a decision what to do with it within that first half second, and that's exactly what I'm seeing from Tensor.
Yeah, Tensor is looking like a well-oiled machine right now. I can only imagine phase comes. That man is an absolute machine. On the... Oh, but that is not going to quite connect for the Nebraska Numbskulls, as it is going to be high and wide on the wall. So we'll get picked up by Tensor. Quickly sent through, yes. A very good clear off the sidewall. The stack doesn't quite read it, though. So it will be a bit of a stun, but Tensor are still well in control. And for once, a slowed down reset.
Yeah, for once, it's a rare thing, but does not last too long. Newt approaching the goal, does have some coverage, doesn't matter. Hits the goal right on that pole, and it's 11-5. That lead just continues to increase.
Yeah, this is a game from Tensor right now. Nebraska Numbskulls definitely on the back foot, but we saw this very similar, at least in round one, where Tensor was up and up and up and up. But Nebraska Numbskulls came back near the end of the round. So let's see what they can do here in the last 4 minutes. As it is going to be a quick pass back. And that is going to be read by the stack. Can they get there? Can they get the recovery? They almost can. As that is going to be through. Tensor once again with the disc. Short passes. Long three. Ooh, boy. Unfortunately hits the pillar. As it is going to be a disc free. And it will probably get recovered. Yes, not quite by Nebraska Numbskulls, surprisingly.
I'm not sure what the intent was on that first drive, but they still recover. They still got some serious momentum. There's some more crosses, but cutting them off doesn't matter again. Cutting them off twice. You're mad, bro. I would be if I was that shooter. Down the other side of the floor, a grab, a tag, and denying a three-point attempt. Nicely done. Matthew now recovers with a disc.
Recovered now as Matthew stunned out. Is that in? No, but it might be soon. But it is going to be a flip and stun. And, well, Tensor certainly gets things done as that's going to get sent all the way through the downfield as it will get quickly recovered by Jamadbro.
And into a sea of defenders there, finally able to capture it. There's Matthew with the disc here, sending it off. Good decision-making there, just waiting for the right pass to develop. A little too far led, though. Astray still collects it at the end of the day and makes the play. It's James! And that was a giant peach. Sweet play.
Wow. Wow, what an absolute sweet play. I mean, Tensor now finding themselves 7 up here in the last 2.5 minutes. So there's still plenty of time for Nebraska Numbskulls to turn this one around. And, maybe it's not about winning this round anymore, of course, as they did round one. So, maybe we'll get a round 3. But just getting some points on the board. I mean, just getting that momentum more in their favor. Let's see what they can do here. As it is going to be Jamadbro moving it very slowly, maybe trying to counter the play of Tensor with that fast pace. But Tensor are still in control. They still get the disc. They ignore the stun. In fact, they get the ender off, and they get the outlet pass too.
They do, and they might have themselves a goal if they can get there, but recovering first is Callan. And you're right, Luke, they just need to score here regardless of the outcome of this round. They scored, 17 in the first, I believe? But now they're struggling to break past this 5. Let's see if they do it here. They will. It's Jakey finally cracking through the defense, and even that was still tough. There were 3 players right there ready to assault.
Yeah, I mean, Tensor is just on it right now in the second round. But with that goal, suddenly it's a 6-point game, 2 3s, 3 2s. I mean, Nebraska Numbskulls has time to end this game in 2. But Tensor certainly doesn't want any of that as they're going to go for this low dribble play they like. Finds the pass to the near side wall. Will be a relay. No, well, it's not going to be quite to anyone's hands. That's a long, clear bouncing, probably the wrong way, as Tensor is able to pick that one up, but still not in control. Nebraska Numbskulls send it forward. It's an empty goal. It's a shot. Oh, but it's not quite on target as it is going to be recovered as a Tensor gets the clear.
Maybe a little bit rushed there, too. I mean, there was a goalkeeper looming. Another one of those risky shots where it might have been a savable one, but that's the thing. That's why it's so important to have those multi-goal, especially those 3-point shots. I tell you how big of an effect it has. You're really forcing them to react. And with James now making that shot, there's just about no time to react, unfortunately. That lead is now kind of inverse over what we saw in the first round. So we are definitely about to go to a third.
Yeah, we get to see one of our favorites, round 3, winner takes all. Of course, as we've said, this is a double elimination tournament for the Master Qualifiers, the Challenger Cup here at the end of Season 5. But we are going to see the headbutt, and, well, that quite won't go through mid. But, man, I'm excited to see this third round. It certainly can go either way. But Tensor is looking for 3 more, and yes, they do. They shall score 18-7. Final in round 2. But my goodness, Psychotic, how did Tensor turn that game around?
Hold on, we are locating Psychaotic's mute button right now. I found it.
My bad. I kept reacting really loud to some of those plays. I was like, oh, they don't want that on stream, so I muted myself. But anyway, if you had told me that that was the same team, I might not have believed you if I hadn't seen it for myself. But the story of that round, I think, can be told through the stats. So last round we talked about how Tensor had 3 shots and Nebraska had 13. Look at it now, 17-13. Tensor turned up the speed. Last round I talked about how Nebraska was playing too quick for Tensor to keep up with. Tensor, I guess, heard that and said, hey, we can go even faster. Let's see if they can hold up with that. And that's what they've been doing. These highly precise, quick passes in and out of the bubble that Nebraska has just struggled to keep up with. The other thing that I think that Nebraska needs to be aware of is they are losing a lot of 1v1 interactions. And I'm not just talking about strictly juking around trying to open up a shot lane. I mean, getting to the disc first. Brawl's trying to create that extra second for you. They're falling for the enders or getting stunned out. So that, I think, is an area that Nebraska needs to be aware of. And if they can start winning those 1v1 interactions, they'll create more opportunities for themselves going into this round 3.
All right, and speaking of, the round 3 is looming right about now. So thank you, Psychaotic, with the excellent analysis, and everyone at home, thanks for joining us again. I'm Palador, being joined by Luke here, and Wonder T-Man on the cams. Decisive third round in this upper bracket start to the Challenger Cup in North America. All right, in for a good one, Luke. Here we go.
We certainly are, and let's see who's going to stay in that upper bracket. Both these teams are hungry. Nebraska wants to start us off on the backboard, but there we go. That's what Psycha said. The ding, the one-on-one not quite getting done, as it is going to be Tensor racing to this disc, finding the block, but unfortunately will get stunned, so will be Numbskulls once again on offense.
And good job by Jakey there. Even though missed the shot, still got back on the disc fast, so was not kind of just sitting there thinking about the play that just happened. They got to think about the play that's occurring now. That's exactly what they're doing here for Tensor as they send that down the wall. That takes an awkward bounce past a few stacks as Matthew does collect the disc. Eyes down the scenario, the situation here unfolding in the bubble with a little bit of a 3-on-3 and one in the goal being stunned. So Newt gets the shot to go, and that is coordinated effort to put them up first.
Oh my goodness, Tensor playing out of their mind right now. Not quite starting the neutral joust how they wanted to, but Tensor, I mean, that team play, that chemistry, the unassisted assist, the goalie stun is such a big one, and Tensor 3 on the board.
And it's a type of assist that will enrage many players across Echo and in pubs. Can't verify, but you know what? It's effective. Bothering those goalies, because if not, they are too good. They will save that.
They certainly will, and especially at this level. But there's another stun, this one in the midfield, as it is going to get picked up here by Newt. Newt looking for the clear off the ceiling. Will go get right into the hands of Jumadbro. Jumadbro right down low. Rapture diving in, looking for the goal, but not finding it. Newt, not only can he shoot, but he can save, as that he is going to thread the needle and send that one all the way downfield for the stack to recover, but do they? Not quite.
Slightly misread on the disc. Always the dangerous game you play with those speedy stacks, needing to be both fast but still precise, and trying to find the pinpoint precise goal. But no, Jumadbro just came up on the grab off the disc right as the windup occurred. This is going to send it deep down the line, and well, likewise, there's the stacks flying by once and twice, all the way to midfield, and a headbutt. Interesting choice there. Will it pay off?
Well, maybe. Still no hands on this disc for the last 10 seconds, maybe, as that disc is going to find its way through mid some way, somehow, as that is going to just get recovered again by Nebraska Numbskulls. 2.5 minutes in, only 3 points.
Might be about to change, though, and whirling and converting. It's Callan around the back and around the world. That disc went just about everywhere before it found the bottom.
Wow, it certainly did, and Nebraska Numbskulls just like that. Callan, I mean, certainly teaching us a lesson, but it is going to be Tensor now with the joust advantage. Still up by 1. Let's see if they can get another 3.
Let's see, Twitch and they're also complimenting the smooth moves for sure. Beautiful part of Echo Arena, that physicality, and you can just see in the body language and what the players are doing on their drives with the goal and all over the floor here. It's a sweaty game, and not just in the gamer sense, but the athletic sense too.
Oh, certainly. I mean, the physicality of this game is absolutely immense, especially at this level. The ducking, the jumping. I mean, it's something that we don't get to see as people spectating the arena, but oh man, it's an absolute pleasure. But it's a pleasure to be in the back of the net as Tensor finds it, up by 3 once again, 5-2.
And you know what is a pleasure also to see? That kind of passing game. We've seen them on so many plays across these last, 24 minutes now of action. Just plays just like that, where they're 4, 5, 6 passes in a row, quickly up the floor. I mean, again, they are very pass heavy, but they're not slow with it either. It's just every single connection is where it needs to be. And there's another connection on a stun. They're going to get it back for some more offense.
Yeah, they will. That is going to bounce back, but right into their hands. Looking for the bounce shot. May have found the angle, not quite sure, but Jumadbro is there to read it and send it right back through the other way. Is it just a bit of a stack race here, as that does bounce very low and, well, fortunately collected by Nebraska Numbskulls.
And a quick pass down below just reaches the target, but Matthew on target with a clear off of the steal. As they're going to boost down the floor. They do miss the grab. That's nearly in. Now 2 players for either team back in the bubble, all contesting, jousting for it, in fact, down by the boots. Taking it over is Matthew. Has Phenom potentially on the cut. No, going for the goalie instead. So maybe this is targeted strategy here coming in, because there are a couple times now they have gone for that goalkeeper to enable an easier shot for their driving teammate.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, the team play is immense right now, and, well, Tensor finds another. As Nebraska Numbskulls, only 2 on the board, still a bit of a scoring drought. And I mean, let's just see if they can get any points, just, 2 at a time. Just play the simple game. Don't worry about the big one, which is this round 3. Yes, you don't go home quite yet, but Tensor are certainly not letting up. Nebraska Numbskulls fighting the speed, but not quite finding the clear.
And I'm inclined to agree with some of the fans, too. Might be a time for timeout, especially if that had gone in, just to take a breather, because otherwise it's starting to get a little out of hand here. It's a close game, but the rhythm just seems to be favoring Tensor so much. Here it goes again, and in fact throwing in the flourish. Looking fancy with it, Phenom.
Phenom, the absolute, the man, the myth, and the legend. Is there going to be a timeout here? No, there's not, and okay. I mean, Nebraska Numbskulls just look ready to rumble, and let's see if they can, get this game going according to their plan, as they are going to just slow this pass down. That pass not connecting. Just a little mistake that you can't have right here, right now. It's a 3-on-1,
Oh my
and you
goodness.
don't need anyone. Newt finding the bottom pocket. What a beauty.
Wow. Newt apparently going to school to be a surgeon, because look at that precision. So accurate with the bottom pocket. That was certainly a targeted one, and with defenders on him. So it's not even one of those where Newt had time to think about it, just had to do it, and it was executed just beautifully.
Yeah, it really wasn't. Still no pause. I mean, I think they need the reset, as that's not quite going to find the back net. 3-on-1 the other way, and, well, Nebraska Numbskulls not finding any points. Still only 2 points on their side of the score, as they're down by 10. And, well, Tensor is down in their end once again with the stack as they get pressured, but it doesn't matter. They're able to pass it back and just stay calm, cool, and collected, as they once again have a 3-on-2. And, well, that pass not going to quite connect that time, but it's a free disc. And the Numbskulls will able to slap that one through.
Free, but not for long, because that stack is blazing down for a quick recovery. There's Newt with it. The stack's trying to bother defensively. That might have been good had it not been for Raptured back on the back line, able to secure. So they need this. Can they get it? No, just glancing blow off the shield there, unfortunately. And we're seeing just a lot of that, Luke. On the rollouts, some of the passes, and some of the shots, that discombobulation that a timeout certainly would have helped maybe 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, I mean, they're just taking that pause, taking a breath, but not quite finding the dunk, though, unfortunately. Nebraska Numbskulls, I mean, not working in their favor, but there's a read. It's a goalie stun, but what? How did they pop up? James, you're a machine, as, well, Tensor tries to find long 3. He's going to bounce high, but will get finished by Phenom, of course. 14-2, Tensor, oh my.
And not just James and the Giant Peach, but now off that save, it's James and the Giant Reach. What a grab. Gotta love it. It turns into an immediate goal on the other side. Efficiency.
Yeah. I mean, that's the name of the game right now from Tensor. I mean, Nebraska Numbskulls, there's still time. 12 points in 2 minutes is certainly possible, especially with the 3. It's a 2-on-1, finding the low pass, maybe a dunk, maybe a shot, a bounce. There we go, breaking the silence. Jake getting 4 on the board.
They finally scored, yeah, but just almost too little too late. 10 points and less than 2 minutes left. And we've already seen it. If there was ever a need for Tensor to even think about slowing it down and stalling, obviously they can do it. They haven't felt the pressure too. They've been very fast with it, but at this point, it's really their round to win here, and they've really got a lot of it just locked down at this point, especially if they just force some 2-pointers from here on out. I'm super impressed with what they've done here today, especially coming back onto the cast and on VRML recently. This is actually my first look at this team, and I can't say enough good things.
Oh yeah, Tensor is absolute a legend, but Nebraska Numbskulls will be fighting until the end. Although unfortunately there is no more mathematical time. There is more time for Newt to find that line. Oh my goodness, off the backboard cone, 17-4.
The eye of Newt, precise and working the magic. Amazing hit, and not again defense all over him, but the offensive instincts just so natural, I suppose, to Newt, that just doesn't think about it because he's finding the bottom of that net just like Jakey does twice in a row now, every time.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, Nebraska Numbskulls finding some points in the last 30 seconds here. And, well, I mean, you got to love that extra momentum because this isn't the end of their day, right? This is double elimination. They can still be here tomorrow. We will see them over on Channel 2 in just about, just over 45 minutes. Well, we'll see where they go. But there's 3 more for Newt, the one and only. 20-7 will be the final score. But my, oh my, what a third round.
21 points for Newt on that note. My goodness. Well, that is indeed the end of this first match. Chaotic, what do you think of that wild, Wild West style brawl we just saw?
I'm not mute.
No, you're good. You're good.
We got you now. There we go.
I didn't do anything, but okay. Anyway, I don't have much other than execution, and one team did it and the other did not. Tensor firing on all cylinders at that point. Once they got their speed up in round 2, it was just full speed ahead, and they did not let up, and I don't think Nebraska ever found a way to counter that, despite their best efforts. And I don't want to, speculate on what the mental game going on was like for Nebraska, but especially in that third round, closer to the end, we saw a lot more, things that were not things that should have been happening, like one-on-ones that should have been happening, open passes that weren't utilized, rushed shots. So I think it was just a matter of they weren't able to execute on the same level as Tensor, and at that point it was all downhill from there. But I mean, that is not to say that these players are performed badly in any sense of the word. Excuse me. These are top tier players. It just Tensor came to play in a way that they could not handle.
All right, thank you, Chaotic, and yeah, absolutely. After the amazing start for Nebraska in that first round, 17-9, just the reverse sweep, impressive as anything, and high scoring at that for Tensor, very consistently too. So definitely a wild game to start, but as we've noted, as Luke noted, they still have a chance to come back in the lower bracket for the Nebraska Numbskulls, and they have a little bit of time to kind of settle out, and now kind of take that much-needed time out for this next hour or 45 minutes or so to figure out what they want to do there. Any closing thoughts on this particular match here, Luke?
Man, honestly, just huge congratulations to both teams. I mean, they're both absolutely cracked. Of course, Tensor was the one coming up top this time, and we will see them very soon here on venues in just about 45 minutes as well. But Nebraska Numbskulls, they're not out of it. I'm looking forward to see if we can make it to day 2 tomorrow. So, man, I'm looking forward to the next one.
All right, so with that, our next one does come along in about another 5-6 minutes or so. So we are going to get prepped for that. Of course, we are live on multiple channels today, as we usually are for these major events here in VRML. So whether you're watching in venues or our VR Master League Twitch, or maybe you're on VRML 2 watching on Twitch as well and watching those games, we have all of our matches streamed across these 2 days in this cup. So you're going to get a little bit or a lot bit of everything. So be sure to join in for that. But otherwise, we'll take a quick break and stay tuned because we've got so many incredible matches still ahead for the rest of the day.
Hey chat. Yes.
Easy going right there. One more to go.
VRware. Our passion is for the future.
Hey, chat. Yes.
Easy going right there. One more to go.
Hello, we are back. Second match on this venue showcase. Oh man, I'm excited. It is Corrupt against Crescendo. And hey, we got a little change up here as well in the casting booth. Of course, I'm the one you see. Luke, that is next to me though, is Psychaotic with the co-commentary and Palador giving us that big brain analysis. But Psychaotic, how you doing coming into this one?
Man, I am so excited. That Tensor versus Nebraska Numbskulls match was so electric, what we just saw, and I can only hope that same energy continues here. And I do believe that it will. You know, this Corrupt squad has been on top of the ladder for several weeks now, but Crescendo making their way up and with some familiar faces, I think we're in for a good game.
Oh, we certainly are. And I mean, Palador, we were just talking how a lot of these teams, I mean, they're in different faces, different names than we're used to, but a lot of these players are certainly, intensely good at playing this game.
Oh, absolutely. I just noting how faces I recognize for sure, but having not casted a lot of these teams and players since the end of Cycle 1 and just coming back recently, man, the volatility is something to behold, but it has caused an immense amount of intrigue from the spectating standpoint. So starting the first round, I'll be on the sidelines here watching intently.
Here we go. Corrupt in orange, Crescendo in blue, and well, Crescendo will try to pet that headbutt through, but they're not going to get the recovery as Corrupt picks it up.
Yep, that'll be Spin sending that one through, and Slads maybe getting to it first. No, unfortunately for him, he will hit a Geo, and that will be a turnover for the side of Crescendo. Oh no, if Chocolate can reach it! Nope, just kidding. It is Gunny with the pickup. Gunny on the floor, getting his pocket picked here by B-Love. And B-Love not able to get away from him. So yet again, another turnover. This time for Slads. He's walking his way in. One more cut to Golden 17. And there we go. It's an 18, not a 17 to get us started here. First 2 points will go to Corrupt.
Wow, what a start from Corrupt. I mean, finding that golden eye, as it is going to be Corrupt 2 up, but Crescendo with the just advantage for the first time. Let's see what they can do.
We shall see. It's going to be Goran picking this one up, sending it through, looking for B-Love, but I think B-Love stopped a little early. That's fine, though. They will keep the possession as Chocolate sends this one over to Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth back to Goran on that back line. Goran going to slow this one down just a little bit, walking up to the Pac-Man, drawing in that pressure before sending it down and across to B-Love on the floor. B-Love firing it up, looking for Sweet Tooth, but that is intercepted and not quite cleared out.
And not quite cleared out, quickly recovered. I mean, you can see the different pace of this game. Both teams, warming up, feeling each other out as they do find the backboard. But do they find the score? No. Well, at least not yet. Do they get the recovery? Yes, they do. One more shot, one more dive, one more save. Intense from Gunny. Saw an absolute brawl as it is going to get sent all the way downfield. The stack, they will get there first. Do they get the shot? Yes, they do. 4-0, Corrupt. Wow.
Good patience there from Slads, doing just that little tiny move on the post to open up that angle a little bit more for him and guarantee those 2 points. So well done. But now it is Crescendo, 2 minutes in, down by 4, looking to answer back with this joust advantage. Let's see how they do it. Well, it starts with Goran once again, firing this one through the mid, up to B-Love. B-Love across to Sweet Tooth. He's walking in. Gunny's got speed. One more cut. And hey, you know what? If it works, it works. Off the head of Spin and into the goal for 2.
Hey, you know what? It was intentional. Gunny just playing some pinball there. As, first points are first points. Crescendo only 2 behind. Corrupt now with this joust advantage for the first time. Let's see what they do.
We shall see. First joust coming out. It is going to be Spin on the ceiling. Spin over to Slad. Slad's right on back to Spin, though. He's under some intense pressure, but will get the pass off. Now across to Golden 17, up to the mid to Gunnysaw. Gunnysaw with like a little time and space to work with. Fires this one off toward the bubble into the hands of Slad. Slad's one more pass. Oh my, looking for Spin, but it will not connect. It will be Sweet Tooth with it instead.
Yeah, it will be turned over. Crescendo now looking to tie up this game or take the lead with a 3. Getting pressured from behind. No, the stun. So it's going to be a 4-on-3. 4-on-2 maybe. 4-on-1. Do they get the hand? Yes, they do. Do they get the goal? Yes, they do. 4-4 tie game. Crescendo scores.
B-Love made that play happen. I mean, you called it out. We thought he was going to get pressure from behind him, but B-Love said, let me take care of that for you, and then also got open in the bubble to become the finishing touch on that play. Well done, Crescendo, getting this one tied up at 4, but now it is Corrupt with it. Spin on the ceiling across over to Slads. Slad's doing some moves as here comes Chocolate, but he will get this one through. That is looking good as it bounces up high off the Pac-Man, but right into the hands of Goran.
Yeah, right into the hands of Goran, almost into the hands of Corrupt, but that might be into the hands of the net, and yes, it does! Crescendo on a roll here. Now 7 in a row, up by 3.
Ah, yes, the 16-meter slam dunk because Sweet Tooth grabbed it behind the goal. But hey, you know what? As long as it's worth 3, I'm sure he's fine with it. But yeah, no, that will put Crescendo up by 3 points here, 7-4. I think this is the first time Corrupt has been down all round. Let's see how they handle that as that gets sent up to Slads. Slads sending it back, though. A good pass to Golden 17, and then right back into the hands of Slads. They're looking to play monkey in the middle with this stack. They do get it broken. Spin across now over to Golden 17. Once again, up high to Slads. He's driving in, and he will find the points. There it is. Corrupt going to cut this lead down to only 1.
Yeah, what a great patience there from Corrupt on the back line. I mean, you can just see this game, these teams warming up. You know, the first 2 minutes, there's so much time, so much space, so much patience, and now there's still the patience, but the speed is just coming incredibly quick as, well, they find a quick little pass there on the far side. Crescendo getting pressured from behind, but finding some more time, of course, making me wrong, but it's going to be Crescendo trying to come in strong. The goalie is harassed, and that will be enough for a Sweet Tooth to find a 3.
You know what? Controversial strategy, but if it works, and it's going to re-up this Crescendo lead now 10-6. Great shot there by Sweet Tooth to get that one in. So now Crescendo starting to pull away just a smidge. Definitely still within reach here for Corrupt as there's still 4 minutes on the clock. But this will be Golden 17 sending it over and across to Gunnysaw. Gunnysaw under some pressure from that stack, cannot find a way to get through them, but does manage to get the stun, so Corrupt keeps the possession. Goal's not open for Slad, so he has to do some moves before sending it back to Golden 17. Golden on the nose, looking up high across. Beautiful pass to Spin. One more to Slads, and there it is. The good team play to get the 2 points for Corrupt.
Man, oh man, oh man. I mean, what a passing play from Corrupt. They are absolutely on fire right now, trying to keep up with Crescendo. You know, those threes really paying off for them as, you know, Crescendo a couple threes, therefore, you know, they're up by 2. But if they're, you know, if they was just 2s, this would be a tie game. So definitely getting maximum value right now. That's a 2-on-1 though. No goalie stun because you don't need it because it's going to be Chocolate finding a 4-point lead for Crescendo.
I just want to highlight that play for just a second because that is something that we've been seeing from Crescendo where they find a way to get it deep rather quickly and then capitalize on it because they've got the numbers advantage as a result, whereas we're seeing high precision passes from Corrupt working it up and down the field, but unfortunately they're just making one tiny mistake that Crescendo is able to capitalize on just like that. As I say it, that one gonna go a little bit wide. It'll be B-Loves to pick up. Quick pass back to Goran. Goran gonna send this one, looking to send it through, but not going to go all the way through, not quite yet, as it is recovered once again by B-Love. B-Love up to Chocolate now, and Chocolate doing some moves in the tunnel, waiting for a stack to get together, or just taking it himself. Oh, so close, but not quite. Cleared away by Gunnysaw.
Yeah, cleared away by Gunnysaw. Quick pass back up. The net's free. Going for a bounce, maybe? No, just going for the tight angle. It will, unfortunately, bounce off the post. So it is going to get picked up here by Goran. Goran stolen from by Slads. Slads not finding the clears. They are under pressure, but second time will be the charm. That goes all the way through. The pass back, the stack, the shot. There you go. Once again, a 2-point game, 2.5 minutes on the clock.
Man, that is never a good feeling when it hits like right in that crease of a wall and you don't know where it went. But hey, you know what? Even with that, they still found it. They found a way to get it in for the points, and they're going to cut that lead down to just 2. And with 2 minutes remaining, this is getting really, really close, and it might just come down to who leaves how much time left on the board after a goal. But we'll see as this one is sent down into the Corrupt bubble, picked up by Golden, sent away, cleared all the way through, actually. That will get by B-Love. That's up high into the hands of Spin on the ceiling, looking for Slads, and Slads will do some moves before driving it in for the 2.
Oh my goodness. Do I hear the rumors of OT? Maybe. We'll see. But it is going to be Corrupt tying up this game, which was really important because Crescendo has been 2 or 4 points ahead for the majority of this first round. Corrupt now You know, I mean, it's new ground, it's a new day, but Crescendo want the game to end in their way, as that is going to get connected to B-Love. B-Love pump fakes twice, finds the pass across. The goalie is not stunned. The bounce is not good, but the stun will come through, so it will be Crescendo. Once again, picking that one up, looking for the pass back. No, the pass forward to Chocolate. Chocolate, one more bounce. B-Love now. Slowing it down. 1 minute, 70 seconds left on this clock. Diving in. One more pass high. Cut. No. Back. Uh-oh. There's the goal. 14-12. Crescendo up by 2.
Oh, with that anchor, I wonder if he was trying for the 3. That would have been so valuable in a situation like this, under a minute left to go, and having the security of a 3. But, you know, points are points, and points are what they needed there to get themselves back on top as we are winding down to the end of this round 1. Corrupt needs to move rather quickly.
Yeah, they really do. 40 seconds now. Here we go. This is it. Corrupt moving this one upfield, staying in control. The stack is being patient for Crescendo, waiting for that pass, and that was patience well worthwhile. But that pass is off the mark. It's going to get picked up. It's going to get scored.
Oh my
Corrupt.
goodness.
Oh my goodness. What a mistake from Crescendo. Corrupt finding it tied at 14.
Oh my, I mean, just watching it from the sideline view, I thought that was the obvious option. Whoever had that, you know, off the clear, had the wrong momentum, wrong direction, send it back to the goalie, but just a little miscommunication, and that might just send us to overtime as this is through the mid. Oh my, Gunny, can he get there? Can he get there? No good. Oh man, the unfortunate limitation of 5 meters a second. But hey, that is an overtime for us.
It certainly is a treat, of course. Next goal wins in this round 1. Neither of these teams are out, as it is double elim, but Corrupt in orange, Crescendo in blue. Next goal wins round 1. Who's going to pull through? Saika.
I have no idea, and it is Crescendo with that first touch, but oh no, not a good pass coming out from Chocolate. It leaves Corrupt open to get the shot off.
No way.
Up on his
No
sled.
way.
And goal, and oh my, that cannot feel good if you are on Crescendo right now.
Crescendo coming through, unfortunately not. Corrupt, they came in too hot, 16-14. What a round, Palador. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, what a round indeed. That was wild there. Just a series of runs from both teams, impressively so. You know, from Crescendo, what I saw there for a good chunk of that, just dynamicism, not getting stuck in specific individual niches. I was seeing different stacking pairs efficiently stacking with each other. We saw B-Love playing, you know, front line. More so, I know him as someone who loves the slow play just as much as anyone in the back passing, but no, he was right there aggressive and in the mix in the front line as well. They went on a 7-0 run early on in that first half after eating the initial 4 points. And it was Chocolate on 2 or 3 times in a row. Also was targeting the goalie with some stuns to enable some easier shot opportunities and scores, ultimately. Interesting thing I did note as well, for Corrupt, they very much were favoring backboard plays, whether it was straight up shots from the backboard, the clock area, or passing plays. It's just early in the first half, they weren't connecting on a lot of their passes. By the second half, though, again, almost every single shot, minus the OT shot, was from the backboard. That's kind of counter to Crescendo, where almost all of their shots were from the front and based off of cutting plays or, again, stun goalies. So kind of different styles, and what it provided was a very even overtime match. Now let's see what adjustments are made now on these two teams. Round 2 started now.
All right, thank you for that, Palador. And well, let's see what adjustments are made. Let's see the dynamicism as the Corrupt wants to certainly keep up that momentum, as they are wanting to end this in 2, and maybe they shall do, but nope. The goalie is there, and they shall reset it over to Golden 17.
High now to Gunny, one more cut to spin, and there it is, spin to win. The first 2 points of this round will go to Corrupt. So, I mean, they are on a roll after that overtime win in round 1. They want to keep it going. They want to take it in 2, but I have a feeling Crescendo is going to have something to say about it.
Oh, they certainly do, as Crescendo will come out of the tubes, will get picked up by Goran. Goran finds the left side pass over to Chocolate. Chocolate sends that one low and across quickly to B-Love. B-Love back over to Chocolate. Chocolate sees the pass on the backboard, but doesn't see the stunner, as Slads is going to get that one all the way downfield. Ooh, what an unfortunate bounce for everyone involved, as it will finally get snagged up by Golden 17, who goes for the reset.
Reset now to Gunny. He's going to stop at those double diamonds and then eye up Golden once again. Down low on the pyramid. Golden up high to Slads. He takes that one to the ceiling and backs it out. I'm really liking the patience we're seeing from Corrupt and also Slads in particular as, oh no, that pass not quite going to work out for him as Sweet Tooth sends this one through. It's going to go off the backboard, bouncing nicely, but then all the way out of the bubble before anybody can get a hand on it. Eventually recovered here by Sweet Tooth, doing some moves. Tosses this one back to B-Love on the back line, and then right on back, looking for Sweet Tooth once again. Sweet Tooth eyeing up that cross, finds Goran up high, and Corrupt doing a really good job of keeping them out of the bubble.
Yeah, keeping it in the bubble, but still on offense. But there's a key stun, Corrupt. They're just looking to get things done and finish this round in 2, and maybe they shall do as they find the 3. Corrupt now up by 5, 2 minutes in.
2 minutes in, and Corrupt is on a roll. Well done, Spin. Great shot. And now Crescendo needs to figure it out. I mean, sure, this is not an insurmountable lead quite yet. It is only 5 points. But after losing round 1 and then going down by an early lead, Crescendo needs to pick themselves up. They need to get it together here and now before it becomes too much to overcome. But Goran going down low, looking for B-Love. That is not the way you want to start it. That's a turnover. Stacks are there. It's a race. Goal is not open, but Spin fires it anyway. And Sweet Tooth says, not in my house, before clearing it through.
And clearing it all the way through. Crescendo! Not quite finding the 2 or 3, unfortunately. But it is going to get recovered. Finding the cross pass high. One more to the backboard and taking a book. No! 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 Off the bottom pocket, off the post, off the ding ring, whatever you want to call it. That will certainly stop it as they come back with the long 3. Oh, that may have been in, but Sweet Tooth certainly coming in clutch as it is going to be Golden 17. Just slowing this play down, just Corrupt once again in control.
Crescendo has got to get those under control. That's been a couple of goals worth now. Just scuffed passes or scuffed shots. It hasn't quite worked out for them, but maybe they'll get it together here. Sweet Tooth stranded in the middle there, doing some moves and manages to get it through 3 Corrupt players. So, as I say that, Sweet Tooth said, okay, now let's get it going.
And he certainly did. Well, hey. Crescendo's on the board. That's good. 3.5 minutes in now. 3-point game. I mean, this is very similar to round 1. Corrupt scored two goals. Crescendo scored 1 back, and a game was on our hands. And as this game is certainly on our hands as Crescendo reads that one, looks for the long pass, the long shot. Not quite going to be right on target, but it will get sent into the hands of Corrupt. Corrupt looking for the outlet pass, looking for one more pass. Not going to connect, though, unfortunately, but that might bounce. And that's going to bounce very close to the goal, but it will get picked up by Sweet Tooth. And Sweet Tooth is trying to send it out, but once again in control by Corrupt.
Yeah, once again, just a little mistake that almost converted into points for Corrupt. Oh my, what a stop there, but they are not out of harm's way yet. It's a race, and it is going to be picked up by Sweet Tooth, but stolen away by Slads. Slads to spin, and spin to the rim. Oh no, not going to go in, and it'll be Golden 17 backing this one out.
Backing it one out and backing it on through. Crescendo, the mail's in. Yes, it do. The game's tied at 5. Crescendo's alive.
Crescendo is alive. They have figured it out. They have found themselves. They really needed that. They needed those points. They needed a second to collect themselves, to clean it up. And I feel like the second half of this round might be very different from what we saw in the first half. But I don't want to Caster's curse it, so knocking on wood. And as I say that, Chocolate says there's no such thing and puts in that 3.
There we go. Crescendo has now absolutely rise to the occasion in the second round as well. So far, so good. They're up by 3 with now 6 points in a row. As unanswered, 8 points in a row from Crescendo. Corrupt still yet to pour any points since this run. And, they're starting to get things done. It's a 2-on-1 to the backboard. And, there's a stun, there's a save, and there's a clear. As Crescendo are certainly wide awake here as they find the clear all the way downfield, all the way into their hands. But, unfortunately, that's not going to go according to plan exactly as it does get sent back. But Sweet Tooth once again in control. One more to the backboard and one more goal. They're up by 5. Crescendo turning it around.
Sweet Tooth to Chocolate. I mean, how many seasons now have that dynamic duo been getting it done together? Just well done, and some well-needed points to give Crescendo some breathing room, because as a reminder, Corrupt took round 1. If Crescendo wants to stay alive here in this upper bracket, they've got to get this round 2 and send it to round 3. But we'll see, as Slads has this one on the ceiling, doing some moves, surveying those options, opts for Gunny Saw up high at the double diamonds now, over to Golden 17. Under some pressure, he'll send this one through to no one in particular. It's a ghost pass. It connects with Slads, but Slads does not connect with the goal. Instead, it is slapped away by Chocolate, right back into the hands of Golden 17.
Man, that was the inside-outside post, if that makes any sense. Inside of the outside post. That makes more sense. And, I mean, what an angle. But you don't need no angles when you're dunking it. Slad's finding it as Slad's finding it as a Corrupt finally finds 2 to break that 10-point run from Crescendo.
Yeah, Corrupt is a team that is really good at 1v1 interactions just from looking at that roster, and I feel like if they continue those close-in plays where they force the 2s, they're going to find a lot of luck with that. But that said, it's Crescendo's turn. This gets sent through, but it's a turnover. Golden 17 maybe looking for the cloud shot. Either way, connects with a teammate. It's Slads in the area. One cross to Gunny Saw, and the easy little tap in. What a strandy play, and that'll get them to within 1.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I mean, this has been a game of runs so far in the second round. Corrupt gets 5, Crescendo gets 10, Corrupt gets 4. I mean, when will this end? Let's find out if Crescendo will turn this game around and get a 3 or 4-point lead, or if Corrupt is going to take the lead up by 1 point or 2, as that's going to get sent across by Crescendo. It's a 2-on-2. The pass across. The shot. It's good! 12-9. Crescendo up by 3.
Chocolate proving the center pocket is in style as he sinks that one in for 2 and gets them back to up by 3, which is very valuable considering how much time is left on the clock. I mean, 2 minutes remaining, certainly still doable, but to have just a little bit of breathing room is really good for Crescendo right now, as here comes Corrupt with this rollout. Slads down low to Golden 17. Golden's got a little time and space to work with, so he'll back this one up before sending it over to Slads. Slads underneath that Pac-Man, pushes forward, goes back to Golden after getting stunned out. Golden now with it. That Chocolate Sweet Tooth stack is lurking. How will he keep it away from them? He is retreating and then finally sending that one through to Gunny.
Through to Gunny now. Gunny getting immediately pressured and stunned out. So will be Crescendo going for a long reset. The stack is together. Is the clear through? Yes. That's all the way downfield now. The stack, unfortunately, did get stunned, but no one's there. It's a race. It's a pickup. It's a dive. It's another ding. It's another ding. We hate those, but it's 3-on-2. It's a backboard pass. It's a self-pass. It's a backboard pass. Well, whatever it is, it's a scramble. It's a brawl, and finally, will be Corrupt, ending it all, getting that clear downfield.
Gonna bounce a little strangely, but right into the hands of Spin. Spin under this Pac-Man, looks across, finds Gunny Saw, one more pass to Slads, but gets shut down by Goran! Goran gonna get this one sent away, and then B-Love will finish off the clear.
Finish off the clear, but will they finish off the play? Oh, not quite able to get that stun through, but the stack will still be together, pressuring now, as there is less than a minute. They do need a 3 Corrupt if they want to see a GG. But we might see a round 3, depending. Corrupt getting stunned. Well, actually, no, that was just a back pass. Over to Spin. Spin back over to Slad. Slad's looking for the 3. No bounce, as it is going to get sent out and back into the hands of Golden.
We are at the 30-second mark. It is basically the time where it has got to be a 3 because anything else will end it. And oh my, Crescendo looking to end it here as they get this one cleared to the mid. Picked up by B-Love, sent on in, but no, off the rim. 15 seconds left for Corrupt to get this done. Spin, firing off that clear. It's through the tunnel. It's in the hands of Gunny Saw. No, there's a goalie home, but he gets through Chocolate. Sends this over to Slads. It's now or never, dude. 5 seconds. Slads with it. Under the nest. Ripping the shot off the rim. And that is it. Crescendo will take round 2, and we will have a round 3 on our hands.
We certainly will. And oh my goodness, Palador, tell us, what did you see?
Nearly another overtime. That was insanity, but what an impressive pull through from Crescendo. They started off looking shaky, a little bit rattled in those first few minutes of the round, still recovering perhaps from that overtime loss, which can always be a hit on mentality. But they came back in a beautiful fashion, just to do just enough to win that round. And by just enough, you got to point out a very specific person there, Chocolate. Okay, he scored almost all the points here. In fact, 10 out of the 12 points. The only other 2, I believe, were from Sweet Tooth inside the goal. Otherwise, it was just Chocolate over and over, making the 3s, making the 2s. Didn't really matter. He was lighting it up. Sweet Tooth also there, of course, the classic pairing to enable the stacks. Sweet Tooth also got a couple of steals in there. Whether credited or not, I saw them, and caused these turnovers to enable Chocolate on some of them. So just a beautiful job to, again, find the hot hand. On the other side of things, I mentioned how on Corrupt's side, they were doing a good job, especially in the latter part of round one, of finding those backboard passing plays for the really efficient, high percentage goals. They got almost none of those in that last round. There were very few times that they were able to even get to the backboard, much less find a pass there. So a lot of their attempts at the goal were coming from scrambles and upfront cuts and things like that were just defended so well by Crescendo. So I want to see now if they can readjust as we go to round 3.
Thank you for that, Pally. And yes, the dynamic duo, the dynamic game. And, well, whoever wins this one will certainly stay insane. But it is going to be a quick pass back, quick clear. Going to get red, and Crescendo is certainly finding some speed here in round 3.
Oh my goodness, I was gonna call out that Chocolate and Sweet Tooth got leeched, so it was gonna be over there, but B-Love finding his way down the arena and securing these first 2 points here for Crescendo. And you know as well as I do, the first points in a round can be so crucial, to momentum, to finding your footing, and all that jazz. But now it is Corrupt with it. Spin taking this one up to the ceiling, across over to Golden 17, back looking for Spin. He's stacked together with Slads as he sends this one to Gunny Saw. Gunny Saw across now to Golden once again, finds that through option to Slads. Goal is not open, so they're just going to do some midfield passing.
Yeah, they're just playing the control game right now. There's still one player caught back. There he is. Now in the play, but Crescendo insane is the mail in. Not quite. But it is going to be a bit of a straight bounce, and not quite. It goes a little bit right, as it is going to get recovered by Corrupt. Getting pressured from behind. Second time is the charm as the disc is free. Will it get recovered by Crescendo? Yes, but no, it wasn't meant to be. Corrupt steals it right back as Spin sends it up now to Slads. Slads sending it back over to Golden 17, and they're just slowing down this play as they're quickly collapsing on the bubble.
Yep, collapsing on the bubble as Slads does his thing on the boot, gets through, creates the lane, and there we go. That will be 2 points for Corrupt. Great patience there that we just saw by Corrupt. I mean, they did a lot of midfield passing. It got back to the midfield. It did some resets, but eventually Slads just saying, okay, I'm driving this one and finding the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, he's driving home as, well, I mean, wow, what a goal. But still early days, tied at 2. As it is going to be Crescendo. But notably, this is a different momentum game. The previous 2 rounds, we saw one team score 2 goals, and then the other team, might score some more. But now we're going back and forth, and we shall continue to go back and forth as Chocolate finds 2 more. 4-2, Crescendo's up.
I mean, what more could you ask for from a round 3? Back and forth play, going blow for blow, and this is going to be something, as both of these teams are firing on all cylinders. They have cleaned up their performance. They have, tightened up those passes and shots. So we'll see. We'll see, as it is going to be Spin taking it up high now to Slads. Slads doing some work here on the wall, slowly working his way forward before going across to Golden. Golden looking for that midfield option to Gunny Saw, but Sweet Tooth and B-Love had it red. Sweet Tooth up to B-Love now. They're going to work their way down the arena. B-Love under some pressure here, looking for an option, and finds one in the form of Chocolate. Chocolate right on back to B-Love, though, as B-Love now has a little bit of time and space to work with. He'll make his way up the arena, off the Ghost, cross to Chocolate. Chocolate doing some moves to get through the defenders and get the points. What a move by Lit.
That is just tasty. That is just tasty. I mean, that is prime Echo Arena right there. I mean, Chocolate, teach me something, because oh my, 2 defenders on him, doesn't matter. Finds the back of the net. Crescendo up 4. What a play.
What a play indeed. And
oh no.
My, here comes another from the man himself. Chocolate sinking in this 3 from 20 meters out. And Crescendo is on such a roll right now.
Crescendo? Chocolate's on a roll. I mean, he's like a Tootsie Roll mixed with a Hershey's bar, mixed with all your favorite snacks, because, oh my goodness, he's put it on a show. But certainly teamwork does make the dream work, and some incredible stacks and stuns and team play is getting done from both these teams. Chocolate, obviously getting that last pass, but I mean, the teamwork is certainly on fire. And well, there's teamwork from Corrupt, moving this one downfield, looking for the quick stacks, not going to get it, but it will be Goring getting the clear, unfortunately into the hands of Slads. as Slad sends it right back, fires it through, fires it into the hands of Spin, but it's not meant to be, as it is going to be a stun and a clear from Sweet Tooth, unfortunately.
That clear is looking really good. Bouncing high. Oh no. Chocolate just barely going to overshoot it, but that means Sweet Tooth can just set him up for the two. I spoke too soon. Spin gonna get that one saved and get it clear to the mid where B-Love is waiting. Fires off the pass to Chocolate. One more to Sweet Tooth, but Golden 17 is there to keep it out and clear it through.
Yeah, and there's that team play. There's that chemistry we're looking for. Of course, Chocolate's getting a lot of the goals, but, everyone is ready. And, well, there's a long three. There's the quick stack. There's an open net. And there's a goal from Goran, who comes in ceremoniously, making it a 10-point lead for Crescendo.
Ceremoniously, I do like the word choice there, as Crescendo has found themselves with a 10-point lead. These first two rounds were so close, but Crescendo has just found a way to give themselves a whole lot of breathing room, a really comfortable lead, but it is most certainly not over, as I say that, not with a team like this, but not, the steals, the shot is not going to be good, not the first time, but Sweet Tooth with another chance here. Oh no, Chocolate getting in his way, B-Love with the recovery, the save now, and finally the clear through by Slads.
The clear through, but I mean, look how fast these stacks from Crescendo are. They just get back. It doesn't matter if they weren't ready. They get ready within half a second, maybe, as it is going to be Goran to you-know-who. Sweet Tooth coming through, but no, going to get stolen, as it's going to get recovered by Goran. Goran, one more pass. Sweet Tooth, one more goal. 14-2 Crescendo, now up by 12.
The goalie work by Corrupt right now is insanity. How many saves did they have before Crescendo was finally able to find the back of the net? That was something. But regardless, Crescendo finds the points in the end, which is not what you want to see if you are Corrupt. Corrupt is now looking at a 12-point deficit. That is a minimum of 4 goals, assuming that they're all 3-pointers, and they've got 3.5 minutes to get it done. So not looking good, but also not looking impossible. As Spin has this one on the ceiling, looking for that cut to Slads, but that won't connect either. But it will find the hands of Gunnysaw, who bounces this one in, but yet again, a disconnected pass and a clear away.
Clear away, but not the clear they were looking for. So here is an opportunity for Corrupt, but you know who's there? It's the quick stacks of Chocolate and Sweet Tooth. I mean, they are just on it as they do find the control. Once again, Sweet Tooth slowing down this play, but still moving forward. They're constantly moving towards the bubble. They're just like unstoppable force as they do find one more pass, but unfortunately, maybe not well communicated, but that is going to get recovered here by B-Love. B-Love quickly up to Goran. Goran, the quick shot, just a little bit wide, so that will get picked up and sent through by Corrupt.
This could be the opportunity. No, Sweet Tooth and Chocolate, you know they are too fast, but it's picked off by Golden. Here comes the shot off the backboard. Oh no, off the rim. That is unfortunate. They really could have used those points then and there, but in the end, it is picked up by Chocolate and sent forward. Yeah, looking for B-Love, but B-Love under a little bit of pressure there. Lets it bounce before finally picking it up on the floor. Fires that one down low to Sweet Tooth. One more cut, but Goran gonna get stunned out before he can handle it, and it'll be sent away.
Yeah, I mean, some great passing plays here from Crescendo, and I mean, honestly, they're happy to waste this time away. They're up by 12. They're in no need to score any more points, but there's another point, maybe. Oh, potentially, but just a little bit high, and will get recovered here by Slads. Slads finding the high pass, bouncing, diving, scoring is Gunnysaw, who sees that one through. 14-4, 10 behind.
10 behind with just under 2 minutes remaining. I mean, it's gonna be tight, especially against a team like Crescendo, but not quite over yet. I mean, never say never here in Echo Arena, but this headbutt, what a headbutt off the bow tie into the hands of Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth gonna have this one-on-one opportunity, driving in, gets the duck and gets the points, and they're gonna re-extend this lead up to 12 now.
What's going on, man? This is crazy. This is crazy. Crescendo is just playing at such a level. I mean, we've been talking about Sweet Tooth and Chocolate, but B-Love and Goran finding some incredible stuns, keeping the other stack back, finding some incredible plays to set up Chocolate and Sweet Tooth. I mean, it's just absolutely insane. As, well, there's another quick pass, another quick stack, and another quick stun as they get the free disc. And, well, they have some more fun because they get the disc control back. One more reset. will get picked up by B-Love. B-Love now back to the stack of Chocolate and Sweet Tooth, looking for the outlet side. Well, that's going to be turned right back around. It's going to be right back through. It's a 1-on-2. Oh, the ding. You hate to see it, but that is going to go wide. Now with 45 seconds left on the clock, right back in the hands of Spin. Spin, bounce shot. Oh my, what a play. 3-pointer, 7 on the board for Corrupt.
A 7-meter 3, and man, did that need to be a 3, but I mean, too little, too late at this point, as we are going to be under the 30-second mark, and you cannot score 3-pointers in 25 seconds. But we'll see who gets any more points on the board, potentially just as momentum into the next round. What a headbutt, doing it again from Chocolate and Sweet Tooth. They've worked their way up the arena. It's Sweet Tooth with it, gets the duck and gets the pocket. What a pocket, and that, I think, will do it. As, final point's gonna go to Crescendo, it looks like.
Yeah, it certainly will. But man, oh man, what incredible game. Crescendo coming out on top. And Palidor, tell us about it.
Yeah, impressive to say the least there. Absolutely true to their name, I suppose. Started off slower in the first round, but it's just been a crescendo from there because it has been nothing but them for the most of that round. Now, everyone in this round getting on the board this time around. Chocolate was initially hot with 7 points, but then we had Sweet Tooth get some goals, Goran getting a 3, B-Love getting a couple points in there. So everyone doing a little bit of everything. Now, although this does come with a caveat, because I do want to point out my observations on the latter parts of that round, getting a little lax at times, which is, they were definitely feeling themselves, which is great. You can see that rhythm. But again, it goes back to the fact that this is a long-form tournament. They've got multiple games to play. My only maybe not concerned, but question is, can you get back to fundamentals when you need to? Because we were seeing again multiple headbutt jousts, which I will note for the viewers because I saw a couple comments. Absolutely, Sweet Tooth, Chocolate, especially Sweet Tooth, has to be one of the most reliable headbutters in general. Again, true story. Literally, when I came back and was playing Echo some months ago, I've never done a headbutt goal or headbutts in general before. Sweet Tooth gave me a few tips in a private. Literally the next day, I hit my first headbutt 3, recovery. Anyway, point is, he knows what he's doing in that regard. But there was a couple of times, like casual dunks that ended up getting saved. Some beautiful defense from Corrupt on that note. Could have sparked a run. But I think the dangers is the classic thing we always see, especially from that pesky pair in Chocolate and Sweet Tooth, is even though they got a lax a couple times and maybe lost a disc or missed or dinged a couple shots they shouldn't have, they were so good on the recoveries. The excellent defense of Corrupt just didn't matter. They were undone with the speed. And again, they could barely get it into the other side of the floor and into some solid bubble play. But nonetheless, obviously momentum on the side of Crescendo. Corrupt has a chance in the lower brackets still yet. Immensely entertaining match, if nothing else.
Yeah, and thank you for that, Pally. I mean, it certainly was an entertaining one. Of course, we still do have 2 more incredible games of fun. Coming up next is Ace versus Tensor right here on Venues, but we have to also take a moment and thank our incredible sponsors here as part of VR Master League. Huge shout out to VR Cover, HyperX, Asterion Products, VR Wear. You can see Palidor rocking it. I'm rocking also the HyperX Cloud Alpha wireless headphones. So a huge shout out to them, as well as Arma. But most importantly, also huge shout out to the mod team working behind the scenes. We have Outback Blaze here with us today, and of course our board and everyone. We get to smile, laugh, have some fun here on stream with you folks in the community, but the mods are really ones that make everything run. And if you aren't already involved in VRML, join us, have some fun. If you are involved and you want to support, check out our Patreon. We have so many cool things and so many cool perks, but we also have so many cool games left. So make sure you don't go far away, because in just about 5 minutes, Ace versus Tensor coming up next.
VRware. Our passion is for the future.
Yes.
Easy going right there. One more to go.
Hey everybody, welcome back to VR Master League here on Venues, on Twitch, and across the internet. You can bet we've got some great matches ahead because we are now in the semifinals of this upper bracket and day one of the North American Challengers Cup. So the teams here today who win out in these semis, they'll have a chance to battle out tomorrow, then claim their spots in the finals next weekend. So big stakes for sure. On the casting end, I'm joining here. I'm Palador, joining you guys here again on the main cast alongside Psychaotic, and Luke will be doing the big-brained analysis this time around. And we still have Wonder T-Man on the cams, of course. Outback Blaze is moderating for us, so appreciation to him and all the mods, as we mentioned earlier on. Okay, so Psycha, I have high expectations for this match. If nothing else, even just based on what I saw from Tensor earlier on in the stream.
Yeah, I have some very high expectations. You know, Ace coming in with that #1 seed, coming in, you know, they're one of the master teams looking to not get relegated. But Tensor, super, super strong, as we saw in their game earlier. I mean, this game is going to be the battle of the brains. Phenom and Rox Titan, the two captains here, both known throughout the community for how high of a game IQ they have. I really think, you know, I'm super excited to see these teams face off.
Well, you and me both, and indeed, you talk about higher-seeded teams, Ace here and Master, and showing the Master class, Master shot. It's Saluna starting off white hot, as she does. Immediate goal.
Yeah, I mean, Ace wasting no time, and Saluna saying, give me that, putting in that three-pointer with just barely 10 seconds off the clock. So, let's see how Tensor answers back. It's going to start with Phenom up to James. Quick relay to Matthew, but here comes that stack. I mean, my goodness, Saluna and Steel Skydiver so quick to get back there and force that turnover. And now it's in the hands of Phenom, but recovered once again by Steel. Steel with the long three, and he's going to steal those points and get Ace up by 6.
Steel indeed. And from the skies made that shot. I've said it before, and it's been a while, but I'll say it again. He don't miss. What a, obviously fantastic goalkeeper, but just equal opposite, fantastic shooter, just deadly accurate. The newer member of this Ace roster, but obviously a person who belongs here at the highest level as they try to level that goal, but a little bit off.
Little bit off and into the hands of Saluna, who gets the move to get away from that stack at first, but they are right back on her to steal it away. Reset to Phenom, quick pass up high to James, one more cut. Oh my, looking for Newt, but no good, as that is Steel picking that one off and sending it deep into that Tensor bubble. It's going to be a race. Who is it? It will be Rox Titan, stolen by Saluna. Saluna doing some moves on the boot, and oh my, a rare miss by Saluna means this is a turnover for Tensor.
Yeah, and they got to try and capitalize if they can, because you're exactly right. Rare miss indeed. It was a good opportunity, good look, but couldn't convert. And now they're going to try it for the second time around as Saluna just maneuvers around the ceiling inverted there. James kind of matching on defense there with the orientation. Meanwhile, Steel, all by the lonesome, just going to walk it right up the goal. Defense now starting to join, but it's Phenom there. Not only the big brains we mentioned earlier on, but the deft hands. Now seeing if they can get the floor, down the floor in a hurry and maybe score just as well. There's James, couldn't find that backboard touch, but that stack certainly gets the rebound recovery with Newt on an immediate pass. And now Matthew for one more. There's the score to James. Everyone part of that play, wonderfully done.
There we go. I mean, it might have taken Tensor a minute to get it going, but that is the play from Tensor that we saw earlier and what we have come to expect from them. That high precision passing, excellent execution to find those points and get them on the board. But that said, here, let's see Ace take their first joust advantage of the evening. It's Saluna over to Rox Titan on the Pac-Man. That stack is lurking, but for now, he's got a little space to work with as he sends it back to Saluna off of the bounce. Saluna walking this one forward, no pressure yet as she gets to the edge of tunnel. She'll move it up to Steel down low under some pressure, but Steel don't miss. 17-meter three to put Ace up by 7.
Man, oh man, Steel Skydiver showing exactly what you said, exactly what I said. Don't miss. It's not a myth. Steel's a legend, at least getting there, certainly at this point. I talk about players who just exploded on the competitive scene for Echo Arena over the last couple of seasons, couple of years, really a fast rise there. As Matthew now, another person who's been fast on the rise for sure. James now trying to find some eyes on some teammates as they look to execute their passes around that bubble.
Oh, but no good on that next pass over across. It's picked off by Saluna, sent through off the backboard. Did you see the speed on that stack? Oh,
Nope.
So, what was that? They came in from nowhere. I started calling it out as a turnover, but Saluna gets there and gets the 2.
Yeah, no, I did not see it because that's how fast it was. You can see on the replay, though, absolutely. They started their stack from behind the enemy team's stack, and they still got there first with all those grabs. Look at that again. There's another stack. There's another shot. This time it'll graze just the bottom of the barrier. But man, you got to look out because what looks open is in fact closed against stacks like this.
And here we go. It is Steel with it once again, sending this one through the mid. And once again, that stack is so fast. I mean, Tensor was together first, Tensor was on their way, and then Ace got together, and they still beat them there. The speed coming out from Ace right now is, I think, you know, one of the strongest points that they have, something that will serve them very well throughout this game. But now it is Rosie Hope on the floor. Quick reset over to Rox Titan. Rox Titan looking through, finds Steel Skydiver on the wall. Steel gonna send this one forward, probably for an incoming stack. Where are they? As this bounces into the hands of Phenom and then through the mid.
See, that's definitely the question, because even the last minute or so, just kind of watching the overarching play and the positioning of everyone here, I see a lot of these Tensor players kind of floating when the disc is kind of in the transition, basically. They're floating around and a bit separated, not really able to find those stacks. Meanwhile, Ace, the immediate second that that disc is loose or somewhere else, I mean, they are finding their stacks so quickly, and now an attack on an open goal. Goalkeeper dived, and it did not pay off in the gamble for Rox Titan gets the 13th point here.
Ace is on a roll. I mean, the precision that they are working with right now, the speed is something that Tensor has not had to deal with quite yet. I mean, Tensor coming from the ladder here, and I don't think anybody on the ladder has the stack speed and the play speed quite like Ace does. So this is the first time I think they're being challenged with that. But we'll see as Newt fires off the shot just a little bit low. It's Phenom with it now, driving in, looking for Newt, but no good as that is intercepted and sent away by Saluna.
And deep on the clear, I can only imagine stacks are impending for both teams. Indeed, they are. And same case there. So they did not score off it, but same thing. The stack, the first stack to get their grabs was Tensor, but it was still Ace there on the recovery. And eventually, the scramble just leaves the goal open for a Saluna 3. And that's a person just as much as anyone you don't want to leave open for those.
You can't. I mean, you cannot
can't.
leave those open because Saluna, like Steel Skydiver, just does not miss. She is known throughout the league, throughout the community for having those high-speed, high-precision shots. And now it's going to be Tensor looking to answer back from one of those as this gets sent down to Matthew. Matthew, open lane only for a second, but no good. That was a very tough angle off the rim all the way back to Phenom on that back line. He'll send this one back into Matthew. He's under some pressure, so it goes right on back to Faye. It looks like Faye's looking to slow it down.
Yeah, and it's starting to get out of hand here. Certainly those open 3 misses don't help. They've had a couple of them in the last minute and a half. And there's another ding off the side of that goalpost again, unfortunately. So what could be maybe a 5-13 game or a 7-16 game or something of that sort because of these missed shots. They're just allowing these opportunities. And again, fortunate on the miss, but the rebound, the recovery, you know, their opportunities have been so seldom. 5 shots taken here only to 15 for Ace. Tensor really needs to make the most of their shots, and they just have not been able to.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, Tensor has had a couple of shot opportunities, but much like that one, they've been finding the rim or the backboard instead. So if they clean that up a little bit in round 2, it could be a different round. Not to say that this one's over quite yet, but with Rosie doing that, 16-point difference in about 2 minutes remaining, I don't think this is in reach anymore.
It's more so a question of where the score will end, how many
Yeah.
points will they win by this time. But obviously still a second and potential third round to go. And as I kind of opened the stream with, I had some good expectations here for Tensor. Now, obviously Ace is the master team relegated into this Challenger Cup, one of the 2 teams. But Tensor, based on what I saw earlier, they were executing phenomenally well in their team play. But I think it's just, like you mentioned, the speed has really threw them off kilter. It's made them hard to execute the game plan that they want to execute.
Yeah, I think that is completely correct. As oh my goodness, another opportunity unfolding here for Saluna, but Phenom with the hands does get the grab to keep it out of the goal. Not quite cleared though. Rosie Hope on this back line, doing some moves to get around James with a little bit of help from Rox Titan. She backs this one up, playing very patiently. It looks up high and finds Steel's Skydiver. Steel looking for Rocks now. Here he comes into the bubble. One more pass to Saluna. And look at the way she placed that shot. I mean, she looked at how that goalie was coming out at her, identified the open lane at the bottom of the goal, and hit it with ease.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not sure she's missed more than just the 1-3 earlier on. And really the same case for everyone here on the team. Everyone with some assists. Saluna leading with the 10 points at the moment. But just their offensive players have been efficient with it, kind of, again, inverse to Tensor. While you can see, again, here's their game plan. They're spacing, they're trying to find the passing lanes, but they're just being disrupted so very well by the stacks. Look, again and again, they get the shot to go in. But everything is contested here that they've been taking, and finally they'll get one of their 7 attempts to go in. But it's been tough, and the question just is, can they and will they adjust? And as we close this round out here in the next few seconds.
Yeah, we'll close this round out and we'll hear from Maluk. But, you know, as you said, can they do it coming into round 2? And I think it'll be a matter of what they do with their time between timeouts. Between rounds. They need to figure out a strategy, something to counter this ace speed. I mean, Luke, tell us about it. What do you think it is?
Yeah, well, I mean, the highlight of this game that you folks said was it's a big brain game, right? And, well, it's hard to think if you have no time. I mean, Ace, as you said, doing an incredible job, you know, finding that stack speed. I mean, I have some fun stats here. In the first 10 seconds of possession time, Ace scored 6 points. I mean, that just tells you the efficient machine of this Ace squad, of course, you know, coming into this first round. But, I mean, Tensor found some time. I mean, they forced Ace to slow down for a minute, but they never really found the time to play their game that we saw, you know, previously against the Nebraska Numbskulls, right? I mean, 5 minutes in, Ace was up 11-2. 10 shots to Ace for 2 for Tensor. I mean, Tensor constantly was clumping, constantly was scrambling, and, you know, more importantly, which we necessarily don't see on stream, Ace was winning the stun game throughout that entire round. So not only did they find the speed, but they were able to slow down at least half of that Tensor squad, which in turn led them to rush more, to clump more, to not leave these open nets. And yeah, of course, you know, they missed 3 open threes. The Tensor had 2 dings, and you can say, okay, well, Ace had 3 dings too, but they had so much control. And I mean, Ace just looked like a master team right now. But Tensor, I still believe. I want to see them pull through. I want to see a round 3. We've seen 2 reverse sweeps so far. Let's see if we can get another.
Yeah, absolutely, Luke. Thanks for that sidelines analysis, and he is absolutely correct, because on our first 2 matches here on this channel, we have indeed seen back-to-back reverse sweeps, overtimes in there, so you never say never. The personality of a round can change on a dime as well. It looks like much of the same yet, as Rox Titan is indeed online, so maybe spoke too soon. That's almost as fast as a start as last round, and, well, an immediate timeout to show for it.
Before we turn it over to Luke really quick, I just want to point something out that happened there. I've coached a lot of teams in Echo, and there's a piece of advice I give out pretty often and pretty consistently. Rock sent that one in and did not wait to watch it go in. That stack was already in motion to recover it, and that is just a small thing that you can add to your game that I have found has helped out a lot of people. I just wanted to point it out right there because it was such a good example of it. But yeah,
Absolutely.
enough from me. Luke, I mean, we just heard from you, but if you didn't have time to say anything, now's the time.
Yeah, I mean, it really is that, right? I mean, if there's anything else to say, I mean, that's what you expect, and that's what you kind of get from a cycle or 2 in Master, right? I mean, it's those little mistakes that immediately get punished. And whether it's, as you say, whether it's, you throw the disc, you can't do anything about it, turn around, find the stack, chase after it, or whether it's going for a long pass that's slightly off, that, is slightly out, and therefore the stack's able to get the recovery. But I mean, that's what Ace has been able to do in round 1 and, right here in round 2 so far, right? They are just punishing every tiny mistake Tensor makes, and, they're putting so much pressure on the Tensor squad.
For sure. And actually being informed the overlays will point out, it was Ace who actually, they scored, but they also initiated the timeout. So maybe it was a separate issue occurring on their end that they wanted to address real quick. But either or, Absolutely to Luke and Saika's point, this is something I emphasize so much. I genuinely believe there are many, many Diamond players who are mechanically just as good, if not better, than a lot of Master players. The difference are the subtleties, the game sense, the positioning, the things like that. Mechanically, Diamond is phenomenal. It's just the little things that make the biggest difference.
Yeah, and those little things are highlighted so well in Ace's gameplay. I mean, little moves like that, Steel going down to the floor and then back up to draw out the goalie and find the lane. Little things like that. And yeah, Steel Skydiver gonna find those 2 points and get Ace up by 4 here in round 2.
Yeah, exactly. I remember when I was casting VR Girls League with you a month or two ago, and Rosie actually had stopped by for, I believe that was her first time she played, right? Or at least in a while. So I was casting that, and I was making a note even in that cast when Rosie was there. Just she was so under control in that scenario, where when she was getting the disc, she was juking, but it wasn't. I need to phrase this right. Hold on. Steel Sky going for a pass, and that's online for Rocks. Beautifully done.
Is it tasteful? Because tasteful juking is one
Yes.
of my favorite expressions.
This is, yes, exactly. See, there is quote-unquote diamond juking, I suppose I'll call it, which is to say flashy, but not always correct or efficient. Then there's the juking where it's actually with a purpose. It's juking specifically to create spacing to set up your next play, not just for the pure solo type of push on offense where it's a one-man show or one-woman show, as the case may be. Those little things as well.
Yeah, for sure. As oh my, that was loose for a long time before someone eventually got to it. Rocks Titan sending this one through right into the hands of Steel Skydiver, but Tensor manages to shut down that lane before he can get the shot off. But here he comes regardless. I mean, you prevented the 3, but you let him walk all the way into the bubble for 2. Steel Skydiver getting it done on both ends of the arena.
Yeah, very complete player for sure. Just showing that ability to hit from long range, from close range, or stop goals on the other end. That said, thus far has not had to do all too much of that. Just because, again, the shot difference here. I mean, 23 shots taken to only 7 thus far, and another shot maybe about to come out indeed, and showing all the moves in the book, waving the wand, and making some magic. 10-point lead.
10-point lead for Ace, and we are barely 3 minutes into this round. Ace is, dare I say, on a pace? I mean, we almost saw it last round, and Tensor seems to have not found a way just yet of slowing Ace down, and they've got to quickly if they want to stay alive here in this round and send it to round 3. And maybe this is how they start it, as James sends this one to Matthew. Matthew looking for the shot, but no, not quite going to execute and capitalize on that one. They do keep the possession, but not for long because of that high pressure from Ace. It will eventually be Newt with the grab. Newt getting the jukes, sending it over to Matthew. Matthew looking for that high pocket. Once again, not going to work, but that is what your teammates are there for. Newt scooping that one up and getting the 2.
Now, see, even though that play comparatively developed a little bit more slowly, there wasn't the convergence into the bubble until that very last half second, basically. Still a couple of missed, quote-unquote, easy opportunities, but that's the thing. It's a direct result of that first round speed that we were seeing from Ace, where they were under so much constant pressure that even when the pressure briefly lets up, they're still kind of thinking about it, and it kind of messes with their fundamentals a little bit. But they, to their credit, on Tensor, were able to break the ice there.
Yeah, able to break the ice, which is good, but Ace once again on the offensive to get those points right back. Steal down low to Rosie Hope. She's on the floor, moving up over to Rocks Titan. Rocks getting through one, but oh no, buddy, you forgot something there, as that is picked up by Matthew and sent on through.
Now down it goes. Now first stack there trying to redirect, and will be Rosie with plenty of time, in fact, to secure the disc. Eventually, Newt coming in delayed, and actually was enough to disrupt that pass. Kind of awkward ricochet and a takeover. This could be a chance to bring it closer. No, I mean, still 5 minutes left. But some of these opportunities have to start going in. Another one here, Saika, and they need to score. They just might, because it's numbers, but no, again, maybe a rush shot. That was a 3v1, but they opt for the long shot instead of a pass.
I try really hard not to say things so directly on cast, but Tensor has to start making their shots. too many have hit the rim now. Too many have gone off the backboard.
Or a double alley-oop they had too.
Or that. That is also, okay, let me correct myself. Tensor has got to find a way to get it in the goal. I mean, whether direct shot or the alley-oop, but they've got to start executing or this round is over. Like that, you can't, I mean, you've got somebody on the backboard there. Maybe that's the smarter option, but, or that, firing that one up high off the ceiling and a self-clear.
And I just say this too, like from again, kind of personal experience coming back into Echo as well. That's one of the most striking things. People have asked me a few different times on my opinion on how things have changed. Phenom was actually one of those players. Now that I think of it, Rock's Titan converting there. Phenom just maybe 3-4 weeks ago when I was in a private, we were just kind of chatting after we were finished playing and timeout here it looks like. But he was kind of asking me my opinion on how the meta has changed over the last couple of years. The differences now versus when I was active back in the ESL days, and my response was really, even though it's 4v4 now compared to 3v3, honestly not that much has changed from a fundamental perspective. I'd say the subtleties, like there's more subtleties and nuance to the game now in some sense, but really it's the same kind of game, right? You pass, you shoot, you put the disc in the goal. I mean, the game sense and things like that stays fundamentally the same. The thing that's different is just the speed. And that's one of the things that coming back into Echo really did rock me at first and still does sometimes against certain teams or certain stacks where you know what you're supposed to do. You know you're supposed to go for that extra pass around that backboard and get that easier shot. You know you're supposed to maybe do a quick juke and back it out, reset, get some space and calm it down when you need to calm it down. And you know you're supposed to cut here or anchor there. But then suddenly the pace changes because of a team like this. And everything you were supposed to do at a certain, bump, kind of a beat, pass, shoot, boost, whatever. The pace gets changed, and it discombobulates a team incredibly so, because now that rhythm that Tensor had over in Game 1 earlier on in stream, well, now it's just an entirely different BPM that they're playing at here. Anyway, that's my spiel.
No, I think that is completely accurate and absolutely what is going on here. Tensor is a team that is very used to just being able to play their game the way they want. I mean, they've got Phenom at the helm. He has a very good understanding of the meta, of strategy, and I'm sure he has put together, a really solid playstyle for his team, and they're used to being able to do that. But now, up against a team like Ace, they're not able to play the way that they're used to. Like you said, they're playing at a different pace. They're having to swap up how they go about their offense because of that high pressure stack from Ace. They're moving more quickly on defense and not able to set up as well as they would want because of that stack from Ace. It's just, I think you hit the nail on the head. Tensor is not able to play the way they are normally able to play, and they are struggling to adapt accordingly.
Yeah, and I think that definitely sums it up. And I know it was to like what Luke was saying as well as checking it out. In one of the constants, as I said, I've not been casting as much this season as I certainly would have liked. But some things never change. Rosie and Co. on any Rosie and Saluna team, you're going to see some timeout shows. And some funny interactions, discussions, no doubt going through. So always a fan of timeouts when it comes to their teams.
Yeah, we saw James out there partaking in the disc worship, but I mean, I don't have the comms on, but I'm sure Phenom said, "Get back in here. We're talking about this game."
Yeah,
so James heading back into the tunnel to head back with his team and figure out, what needs to change here. They've got very limited time to work with. They are facing a 10-point difference in a round that they have to win if they want to stay alive in this game. And I don't know what the answer is. A lot of times I feel like as a caster, I have somewhat of a clue of like, okay, from an outside perspective, looking at the whole arena, maybe these are your points that you need to work on. But Ace is just, throwing up such a performance with atypical playstyles, atypical strategies that they're executing so well that I don't even know what kind of feedback I would give Tensor.
Well, on that note, while we have maybe a little more time here, to the sidelines, Luke, 4 minutes left in this round, just a little under. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I want to tie in what the points you kind of brought in earlier. I'm not sure. I think really both of you is all these players are absolutely cracked. They're absolutely incredible players of this game. So, I mean, Saika, to your point, I don't think there's anything you can tell Tensor. You know, I think what they're doing right now is exactly what they need to do. In this pause, right? They're taking 4 minutes and 20 seconds right now. They're almost over it, but they're using the entire time. They took off their headsets. You know, I saw their hands, you know, all go to outer space or wherever they go, and they all walked away. You know, and that mental reset is really I feel the only thing you can do in a situation like this. It's 2-12. Yeah. You're 10 points behind, but there's 4 minutes left. There is so much time. Tensor knows how to play. Tensor knows how to win. Tensor knows their strategies. There's nothing they can change right now that's going to suddenly make them win. This isn't like one of those teams that we coach, Saika, that, you know, suddenly they learn how to do a rollout and they're 10 times better, right? These teams, these players are absolutely cracked. So, you know, I think Tensor did exactly what they needed to do, taking the maximum time in that pause as the unpause does finally come through. And I think we either will see a refreshed Tensor or more of the same, no in between. Let's see.
Refresh Tensor or a Tensor, I guess. Hopefully not the latter, though. Let's see if that timeout did them good. They used pretty much the whole of it, the 5 minutes. So, I mean, they made the most. Hopefully it translates into the game here, and they could just find a way to get that score. And unfortunately, there it is again. Maybe a cross was there, saw a lane, but what looked open was not.
But now this is looking open for Ace if they can get there. Phenom with the first pickup, but will get stunned out. Recovered by Rosie. Backboard pass. Ooh, looking for Steel Skydiver, but it'll find the hands of Matthew instead. And Matthew going to opt for the clear now. That's going to bounce all the way down into the Ace bubble. It's picked up here by Matthew once again. Shot is not open, but he manages to pull the goalie out to open up that shot lane and capitalize on it with a 2-pointer.
There we go. So it does pay dividends after all, getting their score. And as much as anything where Luke on the sidelines there was mentioning, sometimes all you can do in situations like this is, walk away, take a breath, stuff like that. Likewise, you flip-flop it over to the Ace side where they were going so hot. And speaking of, you see these timeouts, that can disrupt a rhythm of a team. And sometimes that might be all you need. Although, as I say that, it just goes right into essentially a head-butted assist almost. Bounce all the way to Saluna and left an open 3. Sometimes when it rains, it pours. And again, what could you have done about that?
Just happened. I mean, Ace not able to get to the joust in time. The headbutt to Saluna. You know what? Points are points, and that is certainly 3 of them for Ace. As is now picked up by James. He's looking on through. He connects with Matthew, but Matthew turns this one around immediately back to James at the nose. He's looking across to Phenom that will connect down low in the trench. Incoming pressure from Rosie forces the pass, but still Skydiver. How many times have we said his name tonight? Getting it done on offense and most certainly getting it done on defense with a fantastic save there to get this one sent through the mid.
Absolutely. That's one of the criminal things about this Ace team is they have so many, well, aces, I suppose, and in the sense that they're not one-trick kind of players. They are so very dynamic. I mean, yes, Steele is amazing in the goal, but he's also amazing shooting at it. Same thing. You know, Rosie, same type of thing. You know, historically, goalkeeper, sure, but also just insane on the stacks and on the front line. Everyone can really rotate and kind of just be dynamic as a team. They're not stuck in a certain niche. And it makes it a problem because when you have all these players able to kind of rotate into finishing a play offensively or defensively, it's very hard for the opposite team to really address because everyone is too good, as Luke mentioned. Everyone is too cracked.
Yeah, I agree. And it makes it, you know, even if they looked at the scoreboard between that timeout and said, okay, who do we really need to keep an eye on? There's no clear answer to that either. These players are able to rotate around, fulfill all these different positions, and there's no particular player that you can just like target to disrupt their playstyle. They have just got to disrupt it overall in the broadest sense. And just like that, Rock's going to disrupt that play by getting the interception, but not quite the clear, not just yet. It is assisted by Saluna, and this time the clear will go through.
Yeah, and that's not to also... for lack of mentioning, Rock's Titan also and Saluna, obviously two longtime players who are dominant in their own respects. I mean, I think as another shot goes, of course it's in. Of course it's in from Saluna. Just devastating. Been doing that for the better part of the last 4 or 5 years now as well. And then Rox, as I was mentioning too, he's been on numerous teams, has fit in every single team he's been on. pretty much perfectly. Whatever role you need him to be, he's very much one of those glue players who can just do a little bit of everything, or a lot bit, as the case may be.
Yeah, a lot bit, and Newt putting in some points there, but too little, too late. That will finish off this round and finish off this game in favor of Ace. They're going to take round 2, 20-7. But Luke, break it down for us. I mean, how did that game change since the timeout?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of said it all, honestly. I mean, really, I mean, it changed in terms of Tensor. They were able to play a little bit more of their own match. You know, what I potentially expected to see from them coming into this match, where they were playing able to find a little more patient, you know, find shorter passes, find higher percentage plays. You know, more importantly, as you said, Saika, you know, actually find the back of the net. There was no misses. You know, unfortunately, in the first half of that game, I mean, Tensor missed 2 dings on high percentage goals. They missed 4 shots from well within the bubble, at least from my count. So, like, I mean, yes, these are not stats you want to say, or, you know, you don't want to have, but, you know, Ace just you know, proved why, you know, they are the #1 seed coming into this tournament, honestly. You know, Ace will move on certainly to tomorrow in the upper bracket. Tensor, they're certainly not out of the woods just yet. They are still in, as there is a double elimination. So we will get to see them play later today at all? No, tomorrow, right? No, later today. No, tomorrow. They will be on Channel 2 tomorrow against whoever the loser is actually of our next match, I believe, which is Redshift against Crescendo. But, I mean, Ace, you guys have said it all. I mean, the dynamicism within the roster, the experience that those players have. I mean, as great as Tensor is, I mean, that experience is kind of impossible to duplicate. So definitely congratulations to Ace for winning that handily in 2 rounds. But, you know, Tensor, they're not done yet. I'm looking forward to seeing them tomorrow.
Thank you, Luke, and absolutely looking forward to it as well. And just one more, I'll try to keep it pretty short here, but one more anecdote that's very relevant to this roster here. I'm not going to name specific team names, but earlier in the season there was a cast that I had. Ace was in the match, and the other team, I got in the server early, so I wasn't. I had the comms were on at first, and they were right as I got in the server. They were literally at the mini map, like planning like hardcore strategy and stuff. And again, this is before the game started. It's all early, so technically legal. But they were there, and I was kind of like, I was admiring it. It was pretty cool. They were like really strategizing, and they had some solid like ideas and like, you know, who to target with this and that. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna watch out for that. That's interesting. And then, you know, 5 minutes later, everyone gets in the server, and they all start up, and I'm just kind of sitting there watching how it goes, and Ace just kind of crushed it. And it wasn't through any fault of the game plan. It wasn't through any fault of the intention or silly or bad play. It was just simple fact that Ace was just the faster and more, you know, collective team in that sense. They had the experience. So despite whatever you plan for, despite what we know Tensor probably planned for, and they showed it earlier on in the day, you can only do so much when you kind of get, again, you have your plan, but then you get hit in the face. And it's like, well, now what do I do? That wasn't what I expected. Everything is about twice as fast as I thought it was going to be. Now suddenly our game plans aren't as applicable as we thought. And that's just experience and time to fix it, I suppose. But that's why these players are where they are, because they've been at this level for years now, playing, most of them, for the last 3, 4, 5 years now in competitive play. So just my little spiel on that, but it's very interesting to watch from that like meta perspective, I guess. Now,
Yep.
Let's see. So next match that is scheduled for, got 10 minutes, I believe.
About
Correct
10
me if I'm
minutes.
wrong. Looks like the case. Yeah. Okay. Just making sure we're not behind at all. So, on that case, any closing thoughts there from you guys, though, Saika or Luke?
I'm just ready for more. I mean, Redshift and Crescendo, bring it on.
Yeah, I mean, we've been really, really, really privileged today to have 2 or 3 rounders. I mean, hey, they can't always go the distance, but you know, you gotta love to see it. You know, right now this is Prime Echo Arena. I mean, this is the best of the best, trying to break into you know, the master tier next weekend for our finals, May 14th, May 15th. So, you know, if you're liking what you're seeing today, you know, next weekend, I mean, you get to see even better teams play. I know, how is that possible? It's incredible. So make sure you tune in then. But yeah, definitely huge congratulations to all the teams. So far, you know, we haven't seen any teams eliminated here on stream just yet. But, you know, hopefully everyone's doing well over there on Channel 2 as well. But huge shout out once again to, of course, to all of our sponsors who do make VR Master League possible: VR Cover, HyperX, Asterion Products, VRware, Arma, and seriously, most importantly, the team working behind the scenes, the mods, the board. They're the real MVPs of VRML, and they do so much to make this league run. So huge shout out to them. If you haven't already checked out HyperX or any of VRware or awesome custom VRML merch, make sure you do check it out, because it is very cool. You can see Pally wearing some. I have an Arma jersey myself that I'm not wearing, but hey, I'll wear it tomorrow. And Psych, I believe, is wearing some right now. So make sure you do check it out. Certainly a good time with them. And well, where's a good time? Because there's one more match, right?
Yeah, it's Redshift versus Crescendo. We will be having that here on the stream in another about 8 minutes or so. On that note, well, also very relevant to the Redshift Contenders Series number 2 will be happening July 29th through 31st this year at the Wyndham Grand Hotel, and that's going to be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So definitely, if you have not been to LAN before, or if you have, I highly recommend going if it is at all possible. You can meet a lot of your Echo friends and favorite personalities. It's such a good time. I promise you. Anyone who's been to one can instantly see by the first day why I've been to 12 or 13 of them now, because it's just too good. So Contenders Series 2 for Redshift, who we are in fact seeing play next, the Redshift team that is. Definitely go get your tickets and reserve your spot, because it's going to be a blast. I guarantee it. You can go check out redshiftvr.online for more info, as well as tickets and so on and so forth. I hope to see you guys there. That will be streamed here exclusively on our VRML channels on Twitch as well. So be on the lookout. But that said, we are going to prep now for the next match. So again, about 6 minutes or so away. So stay tuned, and we will be back with your second semifinals match of this Challenger Cup in North America. We'll be right back after a quick break.
Hey, chat. Yes.
Easy going right there. One more to go.
VRware. Our passion is for the future.
Hey, chat. Yes.
Easy going right there. One more to go.
Hello, hello, and welcome once again back to VR Master League here on our Challenger Cup for North America. So we have our final match here of the day one, so we're not quite done yet. But whoever wins this one will secure their spot in the finals matchup and be ever the more close to the actual Season 5 finals next weekend. So big stakes at play, and on the casting end of things, well, it's been a hoot. It's been a riot. Some reverse sweeps, multiple ones, some overtimes here on this stream today. Luke, Psychaotic joining you once again. Wonder T-Man on the cameras. We have Real Zeros now moderating for us, and shout out also to Outback Blaze earlier on for helping out. So with our shout outs out of the way, what do you guys want to shout out now for this game? What's the expectation? Luke, go ahead.
Oh man, my expectation is this is going to be a barn burner. I mean, Redshift, of course, being the second seeded team there in the Challenger Cup. Crescendo, they're lower down, but experience was the name of the game. Ace versus Tensor. Ace just has the experience, and so does this Crescendo roster. Both these rosters do. So I am really expecting a close game for this last match here on Venues.
Because we saw them earlier on too. They were the lower seeded team against Corrupt, but Crescendo, they still came out on top. So it's not unprecedented here. Likewise in EU, we had Team Synergy coming in as master team. They got knocked out 2 games, and they were out in the losers bracket today. So it happens. Saika, what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I was going to say exactly what you already brought up. We can't talk about seeding without talking about Crescendo winning over Corrupt. So with that in mind, as they now take on Redshift, who is 1 seed above Corrupt, all bets are off. I mean, both of these teams are full of names that have been around in the community, around Master and the Challenger Cup. They are no stranger to the situation that they are about to find themselves in. So I'm excited. I'm with Luke. It's going to be a barn burner.
All right, so let's see. Teams now all in the game, so we're just going to get them readied up here soon. This is once again our final match of this first day of events, but we will be back for both North America and Europe tomorrow for day 2. Same place, same channels, same time here on Venues and the VRML main Twitch as well as VRML 2. So wherever you're finding us on streams, you're in the right place, the right time. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I mean,
Now,
go for it. Okay. Huge shout out to the community. Seriously, I mean, thank you for joining us, but thank you for playing. Thank you for being a part of VRML. Thank you for enjoying this, game. I mean, whether you're trying to break into master tier like these folks here, or whether you're just starting your journey, in bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond. I mean, it's just so much fun. So if you are joining us, if you're new, if you play this game casually, play some pubs, play with some friends perhaps, check it out. Check out VRMasterLeague.com/Echo Arena because, I mean, just playing competitively with some friends, practicing some rollouts, or just practicing playing this game with a dedicated team is just so fun. So definitely looking forward to seeing all you new faces and all the new teams and the new metas coming forward in season 6.
All right, and we're about ready to start here. And again, as I mentioned towards the end of the last match, I'll just give it one more shout out here because we do have Redshift NA. There's also a Redshift EU, but we have the Redshift LAN, the Contender Series 2, coming in July 29th through 31st. So for all you guys tuning in for this match now, once again, check out your tickets for the Redshift as an organization hosting this event. Annex Fate, the main minds, masterminds, Sputnik Cobra, smooth riding behind it here as we go riding into the sunset and a setup play. Corin just is scoring in no time at all.
Yeah, no time at all. Crescendo. Well, they have started quite loud here in the first round of the last match of day 1 of Challenger Cup NA. But Redshift, I mean, they are certainly not giving up. Now with the joust advantage, it's finding the left side, but Crescendo is coming in loud and quick. 5-0, only 40 seconds in.
Well, not that quick on the shot at least. Wow. Okay, we said it going into this. Again, Redshift is the defending master team in a sense. Now they have to be one of the top 2 teams by the end of this tournament to advance to finals. They are on the cusp of being Season 5 finalists. But Crescendo, they've got some game, they've got the experience, and they've got themselves the lead early.
Yeah, I mean, this game's far from over as Redshift now on offense for the first time, setting up 3-on-2, diving in, but stolen! B-Love! Oh my goodness, as that's going to go quickly downfield, quickly into the hands, and not so quickly into the back of the net. And man, maybe they should have shot a little bit quicker that time, as that will get picked up by Redshift and set back down.
Now, see this. This almost goes back to what I said in the last stream, if you recall, when we were streaming this team here. Now, Redshift does get their first score. This is what I worry about because when we last saw Crescendo, especially in that third round of their match about an hour ago or so, yeah, they killed it, but they were also getting a little bit loose, too much so almost, in the sense that they were having fun, which no harm in that, but I was curious when they got to the new match, will they be able to get back to their fundamentals and not be too lax with the disc, taking these slow shots and, opening up these windows of opportunity as Goran closes one right there defensively. Nice grab. Goalie Goran at it again.
Yeah, goalie Goran. And, there's a shot. Almost going for the Kung there, but it is going to get picked up here. Sent through on the shot, and there's no goalie back. So Goran, not only can he save, he can score. 7-2 on the board for Crescendo.
It goes from goalie Goran to goaling Goran in no time at all. So wonderfully done. That's been some of the question on some of these matches, right? We were just talking about Tensor in the last stream, and again, just it's what happens, when you do cause turnovers. You play the way you want to. How do you get the offense going? Well, Goran just does it himself right there.
Yeah, one-man show, but no, certainly the teamwork does make the dream work. And this Crescendo roster showing their experience. Redshift still on the back foot, and Sweet Tooth adding to their score. 9-2 now on the board, 7-up for Crescendo.
7-up, that's a pop, and so delicious are some of these plays. But will be Redshift now on the heels again. I know it's early, but this is another one of those points where you say, okay, do we need to take maybe a pause early, or can we muster up enough juice here to bounce back? Because there is a lot of time, but you don't want to see a serious scoring run from Crescendo.
No, you really don't. And Redshift are looking for a serious score and run themselves, as they are looking to set up, trying to find the pass across, I think. Yeah, to the backboard. There we go. 2 more on the board. Redshift only 5 behind.
Nicely done. And there's that ever-reliable spot there on the backboard, on the clock, as some players call it. But, basketball player in me just goes for the backboard, certainly. And I know B-Love would appreciate that, talking about the experience. B-Love, just one of those players who's definitely been on a big variety of teams, which is... in the sense, and anywhere he's been, he's fit in at the highest of levels.
Oh yeah, no, B-Love is absolutely immense. And, immense is chocolate, but it will be the Buchibo saying, oh, no, 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 as that's going to get sent all the way downfield. Will it get picked up by the stack? No. Unfortunately not, but there still is nobody back. The shot a little bit off and a little bit too slow, unfortunately. So Redshift still 5 behind as Crescendo in control.
Yeah, and just maybe a little slight delay in communication there. That initial stack for Redshift not knowing that they had all the time in the world. Oh my goodness! It goes! What a goal! And what was that?
Well, that was a quick shot. B-Love coming in hot with that long 3, making it 12-4. And, they're not taking time for that score.
Oh, that hurts because the goalkeepers were there, but that is such a killer. Again, 5 minutes left, but those threes are so damaging. Just when you think maybe building something up, then they just knock you down again with the threes. It hurts.
It does, but it's going to bounce high, and, will it get picked up? No, but it will get slapped back, and Crescendo, I think that was meant as a short pass there from Sweet Tooth, but it's going to go a little bit past all his teammates, so it's going to be desirable now over to Zuck. Zuck's looking for the cut, gets it, but the Strandy, no good, but the recovery, no good. The defense of Crescendo absolutely on point right now, as it is picked up again by Redshift.
Good positioning, though, for a desirable, definitely a reliable player on that end as Caesar. He gets the goal to go by the end of the day. So they recover, and that is what this game is all about. It's not just about the first attempt. Usually it's about the recovery because it's so fast. You just need to be able to adjust and forget the play of yesterminute, and that's exactly what Redshift did right there.
They certainly did, and, it's a 6-goal game, 6-point game, rather. And Crescendo, I mean, they're still up top. Juking high, jumping low. Passing up to Chocolate. Chocolate over to B-Love. B-Love scoring that beautiful 3. And now scoring up the pass and play, certainly, for Sweet Tooth, who gets 2 more on the board for Crescendo.
Nice midfield duck before the pass, then enables the shot across the lane. I mean, again, everyone touching the disc on that play. This is a team's team, as you can see. 14-6. Redshift still on their heels, but still time to come back in this round and find their stride. So here goes, and as I say that, though, just kind of a botched launch will unfortunately cause a turnover and maybe even a cloud, or a boop rather, but 2-point recovery from Chocolate, who, as we recall, was mighty, mighty hot in that last match we saw here on this channel, scoring tons of points.
Yeah, he really was, and, he continues to be still. 3.5 minutes is certainly enough time for Redshift. And let's see if they can change this momentum against Crescendo.
Okay, so Buchibo with a disc, but the turnover, and Chocolates just couldn't quite hit. And the lone player, Buchibo in the goal, able to slap it down towards mid, gets it to the players, but just being overtaken by the stacks again here, Luke, and another turnover into the bubble, and more clock being wasted, more importantly.
Yeah, tons of time is not in the favor of Redshift right now as they are 10 behind. Crescendo happy to reset, happy to slow this play down. And I mean, they're effectively doing that with every missed shot or every, just wasting and reset as it is going to be pressured. Another reset, but another minute now past, only 2.5 minutes left with the 10 points in between.
I'm just calming it down or attempting to here. There's Zux from the boots. A little show and go, but couldn't find the anchor. Unfortunate. You saw the intention, but much more fortunately, look, didn't dwell on it. That's the important part. Zux able to get the latch there with Caesar on the chain. They recover the disc, and that's all you need to do to have another attempt at the 2. No, miss again. And this time being sent to the midline where it'll be much more contested.
Yeah, much more contested. That might be a really slow but accurate pass, and well, it's Sweet Tooth coming in fast. No slow threes this time. 19-6, 13 up Crescendo.
Yeah, they had some good looks and some really good recoveries there. So fundamentally, and talk about those little things, that was one of the things Saika mentioned, is just not waiting after a shot, or in some cases like that, not waiting after a miss, just or a turnover, just getting your stacks immediately and recovering. But even then, they did what they were supposed to. They just couldn't quite finish it on the actual shot execution. But otherwise, the right idea, but just not really feeling in a good rhythm, I think, right now for Redshift.
Yeah, they're certainly not feeling it right now for Redshift. But hey, there's not enough time to come back in this round, but there's more than enough time to come back in this game. Maybe we'll see one of those famous reverse sweeps we've seen so far on stream. Don't count your chickens and all that. But, well, Redshift are still looking to clap back with some points in the last minute here. Let's see if they can.
Yeah, and Crescendo was one of the teams who actually did reverse sweep earlier on to find themselves here in the upper bracket semifinals. So, I mean, it's been done. It's been done by one of these teams. Redshift has to do the same. They're just trying to kick it into another gear, shift it into another gear, maybe. A recovery up top, no, but denied by the stun. So, Chocolate, they're swarming on the defense with B-Love, and now they're trying to gather their stacks as Caesar breaks them up nicely for a leech, a boost, but there's another stack that's always a threat, and you can bet that's in.
Oh, man. Sweet Tooth doing work. I mean, last game, against Corrupt, it was Chocolate Show, and this time it's Sweet Tooth. Oh, my goodness. I mean, absolutely popping off here in this game, but with about 20 seconds left, 15 seconds left by the time they really get control. Let's see if Redshift can still get a goal.
Definitely enough time for one more as they launch out into the tunnel. A bounce gets to Desirable. Desirable, a long lineup of a pass. Backing it out for just one more reset, but the quick throw right into the arms of the defenders. And that will conclude this round as we now send it to the sidelines to hear from Psychaotic on her thoughts.
I've got pretty similar thoughts as I did during that Tensor and Ace matchup. I mean, it seems like Redshift is struggling to execute on this Crescendo squad. They've been slower to get together. They've had some missed execution in terms of passes and shots. They're just not playing the way that we would expect them to, the way that we normally see Redshift come out super strong. And I can't, necessarily say why. If we look at the stats, they're not getting as many shots off. They don't have as many assists or saves, and the thing that they are most behind on, and this may be the telling factor, is the stuns. Like I mentioned, they're slower to get together than Crescendo, and perhaps that is because they are getting stunned out. They're not able to get the stacks up and down the field, but whatever it is, Crescendo is taking advantage of it by getting those long 3 opportunities, by creating those numbers advantages in the bubble, and where Redshift is not, Crescendo is executing on those opportunities that they're able to create. They're hitting most of their shots. They're converting on the cut passes and the opportunities from there.
Thank you, Psychaotic, and absolutely, they are making the most out of all those opportunities, as you said, and they're really showing all day today here, Crescendo, that the seeding is what it is. It doesn't really matter to them because they know what they're capable of. We've seen these players at the high level in Diamond and certainly in Master for these players in this roster in prior seasons, so we already know the capability. It's just about execution, and let's see what round 2 brings. Oh, an ambitious shot there. Gonna be snagged by Desirable. Also something we've seen that guy right there do numerous times in seasons past.
Yeah, I mean, Desirable absolutely cracked, but I mean, here's another counterattack, back and forth and back and forth. And, well, there's the stun game coming on top for Redshift. Able to keep all of Crescendo's stack back, but, well, now it's a 4-on-4, 4-on-3. And, well, diving in, one more cut, and there's going to be a 2-point certainly for Crescendo. Sweet Tooth starting us off.
Sweet Tooth doing kind of a chocolate impression, or I guess not even to discredit Sweet Tooth, because they're, as I've said probably 1,000 times, literally just an incredible duo, whether it's stacks or scores or otherwise. But, you know, in the match earlier on today, it was Chocolate who was lighting it up with double-digit points after a round or two, and currently Sweet Tooth with 14 and counting. That's the dangers. Any one of these players can certainly pop off. Likewise for Goran, for B-Love. I mean, they're quadruple threats. As a shot there, oh, it's right on. I like it. Desirable hit Caesar, and kind of a rare opportunity to just go head on with a goalkeeper and not worry about too much extra.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about reverse sweeps, okay? Okay, let's not talk about reverse sweeps, but let's talk about winning round 2. This is how Redshift does it. No early momentum for Crescendo, no 6-0, no 5-0, but with steals like that, oh no, the shot goes a little bit off, and that's going to hit off the Geo. That's certainly not what they wanted. But nevertheless, Redshift still starting this round off the way they need to. Even still, Crescendo gets the clear.
Had that 3 been hit, that would have definitely been a tonal change, I think, here.
No.
Opposite way, got back now, recovered by Crescendo. They're going to do the wise thing and back it out to find their angles. Goran now with a disc. B-Love kind of roaming up there at the ceiling. Meanwhile, Chocolate and Sweet Tooth just ping-ponging back and forth. They are in no rush right now, Luke.
Yeah, they really aren't. I mean, they're just happy to take time, take space, waiting to bait out a defender. I mean, there's a pass to the far right. There's a pass low, finds the pass left, but that pass will be read. You know, maybe pushing a little bit too early, but certainly not pushing too early. Is that quick stack as they are able to get to the disc and get the stun and get the reset, but they can't quite connect the stack. So here's another opportunity, long 3 opportunity. They hit those, maybe. No, it's going to go a little bit wide, but another opportunity again on the empty net, and that's again not going to find the back of it. Redshift now 3 or 4 opportunities, not finding any threes. This is not what you want to see. This is not what they need, but try again, and they certainly will succeed as Redshift finds 2 more on the board. They're up 4-2.
All right, well done. I know they missed a few shots there, but you know the good part is they scored. They didn't give up on the play. They got a little stressed, and that disc was everywhere for a minute. But I think this is where the recognition needs to come in, that, okay, our 3-point shots, we're not feeling it collectively right now. We've missed a few, but look at the score. Okay, it was 2-2. Now it's 4-2. You know, get in a rhythm, and then you'll hit it next time around like that. Desirable with the results.
Yeah, I mean, Redshift, okay, I hear you. I mean, they're on fire right now. They're turning this around. I mean, they are, again, seeding doesn't matter at this point in the tournament. I mean, this is the upper bracket semifinals, but they want a round 3. This is not, they do not want this to be the end of their journey. They do not want to be relegated into the losers bracket. They do not want 1 loss on their record. They want to win, but so does Crescendo as they're looking to put that one in, but the goalie wasn't stunned, so an easy save from Buchibo, at least easy based on how good these players are, as it's going to go all the way downfield, quickly picked up and quickly sent through, but not quite in as Sweet Tooth collects.
Yeah, we've seen on the Crescendo side now to open up the round, as well as that last shot attempt that they took. Now, they're taking a couple bold ones here. One was saved, well, both of them were saved actually by a goalkeeper looming. So maybe got to be careful about those shots. Because again, I said the same thing about Redshift early on. If your threes aren't hitting, if you're not in a 3-point rhythm, that's okay. But it's amazing what an easy does-it 2-pointer can do for confidence and team momentum. So, oh, that's close. Because, you know, all it takes is one shot, and the game changes, you know? So just make it an easy one, especially when it's a close game still.
Yeah, you know, 100%. And, well, I mean, Redshift is doing exactly that, staying in control as, well, they do get a pass back, Redshift, as it's now a 2-on-1, and, well, they find the left pocket. What a duck, what a shot, Buchibo. He's feeling hot, as now it is a 7-point lead for Redshift.
My goodness, a duck and made a goose out of the goalie. Let it loose in the pocket. How about it? Buchibo, it's one of those plays where if you're the defenders, you just got to kind of shake your head and say, well, he got us.
Yeah, and, well, he almost got it. That's Sweet Tooth on the back line as the disc is still free. Unfortunately, no stacks for Crescendo. As Chocolate just waiting for Sweet Tooth there. Now they do connect. So they are going to be stacking back quickly to chase down this disc. They get stunned, though. So that's an open 2. And Redshift, 11-2. They're up 9 with this monstrous second round.
Monster is right. And where did it start? Not to keep beating the dead horse, but yeah, I guess I will. It started with the 2-point shot that after they missed 3 threes in a row or something of that sort, where they just had no long-range shooting rhythm, but they got the easy shot. And then the next shot was easier. And the next shot was easier. Why? Because the confidence was there. Finally, now we're seeing Redshift. Now we're seeing Master Tier Redshift and why they are here in the end of the season at the top level of Echo Play.
Yeah, we certainly are. I mean, Redshift is on fire, but there's still 4 minutes left. Do not count this Crescendo squad out just yet, as now it is a 2 to the backboard and to the back of the net. They score. Crescendo now has 4 on the board. They are here.
Boy, did they need it. So Sweet Tooth got it, and assisted by Chocolate. And likewise, it applies for this team. What I said about Redshift, all it takes is one good play to kind of give you that lift again as a team. So we'll see if this changes things.
Yeah, let's see. But maybe not. Redshift once again looking like they are ready, like they are primed. That pass will connect over to Desirable. Desirable going for the cheeky 3. Not quite going to find out the success that time as the bounce passes right back to Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth short pass, looking for the stack, looking for the dribble. They do get it. Chocolate getting stunned. No, getting out of that somehow, but the pass unfortunately will not connect as Desirable once again gets the clear, but the stacks for Crescendo certainly are there.
They are, and so are the stacks for Redshift. 3 players converging and now separating, trying to get some more separation on the scoring end. Caesar goes up, score goes down, and they are up in the second round heavy. 9 points ahead.
Wow. I mean, I don't know what to say to that one besides, what a play. Redshift just absolutely crushing any of Crescendo's momentum with that goal. They're just going blow for blow, and if they do, they're up by 9, right? They can afford a goal or 2 from Crescendo, as now it's a time concern, as there is only 2 minutes left on this clock. Crescendo, if nothing else, wants some more goals for that momentum play, as it is going to be Goran sending it through and out to end that, at least offensive joust from Redshift.
Yeah, all Redshift really has to worry about, not even scoring necessarily, but whatever happens here, making sure they get back. They don't allow any threes. That's the fastest way and most devastating way to let a team back into a round. I've seen it so many times in the final 2 minutes of matches where a team should, by all accounts, have the round, but then they give up a few threes in a row, and just like that, it changes. But you know what? The fate of Redshift ain't changing in this round, it looks like, because now they're up double digits.
Wow. Okay. Well, they're up double digits, and there certainly isn't any more time for Crescendo to turn this one around. But Crescendo needs points. They need momentum. They need pace. They need something going their way to come into this third round, and not be one of those statistics of, hey, on round 1 we had 3 reverse sweeps. They don't want that. That's no fun for them, as it is going to be moving in and looking for 3 60 seconds one-on-one. Oh, but the bottom pocket saying no, sorry.
It was a good attempt, but just couldn't quite find that pocket. So drowning out the last minute or so, and that is one way to get back to feeling good. It's Sweet Tooth the Chocolate again connecting at least the second, maybe third time. They've all the shots they've had, which has been only a few in this round, they've been those 2 kind of linking up in the bubble.
Yeah, those 2 are absolutely the dynamic duo on any team, on any squad they're on. Redshift are still looking for more points. They're the game on, and that's not quite an open net. It's a 2-on-1 though, and that will be a little bit wide. So a rare miss there, as it is going to get recovered by Buchibo, recovered right back by B-Love. B-Love, 14 seconds. They want a point. They want a 3. They want a 2. They want a goal. Let's see, as it is going to be on the far side wall. The stack racing past, not getting there, so will get picked up. Heckin' fast, long shot. There's a goalie, maybe bounce. No good. Another time, no good. So 15-6 will be the final score on this second round. Redshift absolutely turning it around.
Psychotic on the sidelines. After that turnaround, what do you think? Are you in store for another reverse sweep? And if not, what has to change?
Ooh, okay. See, that is a very tough question. So round one, I picked on Redshift a little bit because they were playing a bit slower. They weren't as precise as what we normally expect from them. They were throwing away a lot of opportunities with missed passes, with missed shots. They just weren't executing. That's how I put it. But this round, I think, was a very different story. I don't know if it was just a matter of them coming in cold in that first round and then they've heated up a little bit or what, but this round, the passes were on target. They weren't taking, silly shots that went way wide. They were working it further into the bubble. And you called it out best, I think, in the middle of the round. Once they got one, then the next one was easier, and the next one was easier, and they found their pace. They found their rhythm. The bottom line, they just started executing. They play like Redshift, like we normally see from them. Crescendo, on the other hand, in round one, we saw a lot of controlled play from them. They were working it up and down the arena quite beautifully, but under that added pressure from Redshift that I don't think they saw coming, they shifted to a more clear and boost play style that Redshift was able to counter quite easily. Desirable was shutting it down on the back line very consistently and giving Crescendo quite a headache trying to get it out of their side of the arena.
All right, thank you, Psychaotic. And final round here, third round between these two talented teams in these upper bracket semifinals of Challenger Cup. A good steal. This is going to provide the good goal. Go ahead, Zux. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness. What a way to start a round. Redshift absolutely picking the pocket of Crescendo and, well, doing where it hurts the most, the back of the net. Crescendo on the back foot, only 25 seconds in. Let's see what they can do.
And shout out to Desirable for the assist as well as that steal. So really enabling Zux that play there. Positive signs for them to start as another kind of rugged launch here coming out, but they do manage to back it out to Goran, who's been mighty sturdy in that back line, but also an offensive talent in his own right. Seeing what they can do on this play as they'll hit B-Love over there, who just gives it right back.
Yeah, pass and go, and there's one player caught back now, so there's going to be a 4-on-3 advantage. Fighting the low pass. They are now back, so it's even Stevens, but not to the backboard. They will score some way, somehow. That one gets in. Crescendo ties it up.
Yeah, goalkeeper can't be happy with that one. A nice grab, but just unfortunately, it kind of dragged it in, it looks like. So that will tie it up, but got to wipe it off the slate and back to the next one. Let's see what they do on this joust now. And I do like the fact that they went for that backboard play. So I think just both teams now kind of finding their groove here, Luke.
Yeah, I really think so. I mean, this is the time. I mean, this is round 3. Do we see OT? Maybe. 1, 2, or 3? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see as it's going to be sent across. And Crescendo well in control, finding that stack. Unfortunately, the headbutt loses the hand on the disc, but still is going to be Sweet Tooth picking this one up. Slowing it down, finding the high pass to that backboard. Can a goal be found? No. That's going to get turned around by Redshift, but quickly stunned back. Still in control. Back pass once again to Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth getting pressure from the side. Finds the high pass. Will be Goran. Goran to the backboard. Oh, but no. Just proactive too much as that does get sent into mid.
Yeah, so they were trying to go for the team play there. It looks like B-Love was on that backboard. That shot is going off that backboard, not into the goal, however. Good stack from Chocolate and Sweet Tooth, able to recover first. And just as well, another snag back from Goran down the floor. And that's going to produce now a big numbers advantage, but no 4 overshoots from Blue. And that allows all the time in the world for the defense to recover, retreat, and at least get back into their side as an attempted drive from the floor. A cross, and no love lost. It's Chocolate from Goran.
Oh my goodness, what a recovery. I was shocked at that 4-player drive-by, but hey. Crescendo still find the goal at the end of the day. They're up by 2. Redshift, I mean, this is certainly the round 3 I was hoping to see.
Absolutely. Both, again, I think, if nothing else, both teams have kind of figured out what the other team is doing. It's just a matter of all those little minute adjustments, the mental adjustments. Right now, some good adjustments as they do get the disc. That is an open goal, and the case is closed. Crescendo, don't shut your eyes on them yet, because right now, they are looking right back to where they were in round 1.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, an absolute point swing. Round 1, 21-6 if you are just joining us from VRML 2. Welcome. What happened? Who won? Who got out? Round 2, 15-6 for Redshift. And now round 3, I mean, let's see. As it's certainly so far looking good for Crescendo as they get another pocket picked from Redshift. As that is going to get cleared straight through the tunnel, but bouncing right back, so Redshift recovers.
Definitely a fortunate recovery for there. This is once again approaching that dangerous territory. This is a scoring run being put on, so you want to see that if your Redshift be closed, and indeed it is. Caesar able to seize a moment, and certainly a stabilizing play there to put him within 3 and just keep that separation minimal.
Yeah, I mean, 3 points is only one goal game. And, well, that's what you want to see for Redshift. But Crescendo, they're looking to extend that lead 5 points, 6 points. Let's see as with the Joust advantage.
All right, so Goran now splitting off there are the launchers on offense for Crescendo. Some nice passing. B-Love handling the disc over there, just working around Caesar, dragging Caesar in first to open up this play and going for the goalie stun, but they're not able to finish on the shot. Unfortunate results there. That was something they were prioritizing in their earlier matches, going for those goalies, especially Chocolate, but just not working out that time.
Not working out, but what is working out is the stun game. They didn't get the goalie stun, but they got both stacks back. So, you know, a dangerous clear from Redshift, but Crescendo was able to recover simply from that great battle, the great bruising battle, in order to keep their stacks in control. So now they have another opportunity, 3-on-2. Well, there's no goalie stun, so there will be a save coming through from Buchibo. Absolutely on fire.
Yeah, maybe a little miscommunicated there. This is going to enable an opportunity once again. There are some numbers. Scrambling is the defense. Scrambling is Zux. And I'm rambling no more because they just got themselves a goal, and it's a 1-point game.
Oh, my goodness. Halfway through this game, almost going to be close to the only way it could be if it was tied, as Crescendo still find themselves 1 point up. But Redshift right on their heels. Crescendo, another Joust advantage. Let's see if they can convert this time around.
Okay, quick launch down the midfield to Sweet Tooth. B-Love now trying to assault goalie, and Chibo blocking it, and just as well, some stacks come in from the back, and the backboard pass, though, is going to buy them the goal. So much happened in about 2 seconds flat there. But what it results in is a 3-point lead back again for Crescendo.
Yeah. I mean, what a play. They're under pressure. You expect them to go for the cut pass shot, but no, immediately flips around, goes for the reset, finds the backboard, and finds the goal with the goalie absolutely turned around. I mean, wow. Wow. But Crescendo, they're not out of the woods just yet. They're only up by 3. Still just a 1-goal game. And, well, Redshift's looking for that one right now, certainly. But there's the stun. Crescendo forgetting something. There's the disc. The block, no good, as the clear is still scrambled, as that is going to get picked up by Redshift. Desirable looking for the long 3. The bounce, well, not going to quite connect, so it will get recovered once again by Crescendo, who's presumably looking to slow this play down, but goes for a quick clear, but too quick.
And Zux there, all the meanwhile while that play was developing, being a pest over in the back line, trying to deny one of the stacks. But that said, the disc does go way into the opposite lane, where it will be recovered by Caesar. There's Zux again playing front-wise, a perfect pass on over, and wow, it goes! It's a tie! And Buchibo on the beautiful assist from Zux. They are leaving nothing to chance here.
Oh my goodness, both teams are giving it their absolute all. Of course, this is still the upper bracket semifinals, so neither team's lost. You know, they still have another lifeline tomorrow. Both these teams will be playing, but the question is, who will be playing in the upper bracket finals to secure a master tier spot, a final spot next weekend on May 14th and 15th in NA. And man, both these teams want it oh so badly. Tie game. Redshift looking to turn that around, but no! The save! Goran, his namesake, with the clear stuck through tunnel. Redshift still recovers.
Oh, goalie Goran again, but they don't have the disc back quite yet. Trying to rush back for the goal. This is crunch time, last 2.5 minutes. Those saves can be huge. These shots can be huge. It's Buchibo, that reset alone. Important and huge on this play because they just dragged out the defenders. The pass is perfect. The shot is less so. And that will be unfortunate on that miss as it goes right beneath the feet of the midfield. And this is going to result in a bounce into the recovery, into the 2-point lead with 2 minutes left.
I mean, we said it before this game. This match is going to be a barn burner. After round 1, I wasn't so sure. After round 2, I was confused in round 3. Oh my goodness, both these teams absolutely on fire. 145. Who is going to keep their upper bracket dreams alive? Well, Crescendo's look for a dribble, looks for a reverse boop, but they're not going to get it as Desirable quickly picks it up and sends it through.
And passing quickly over, and now trying to space out Zux. Those are the efficient jukes I talked about earlier. There's Buchibo looking for a goal. Oh my god, they just headbutted into their own goal! Too fast, too furious for their own good.
How fast was that? 23 meters a second! There you go. Spark saying 23.2. But oh my goodness, 11-11. Make a wish with 1:11 on the clock. It's a tie game.
What a way to do it, I suppose. Unconventional, but tied nonetheless on the drive after the headbutt from the stack defensively. Interesting developments here. Chocolate now trying to find that pass. It's just beyond the fingertips. Every shot here could be the game winner at this point as Goran secures possession from midfield. And down the line they go to a turnover to Caesar now. Dangerous here, Luke.
So dangerous, but still somehow picked up by Crescendo, getting back fast, getting back first. Desirable, over low to Zux. 30 seconds, diving in, the save! Sweet Tooth coming in clutch, finding the stun, no. So this disc is free and there's one player caught back. It's gonna be Love, who's out of this play, it's a cut, it's a save! Goran, goalie Goran keeping his team in, 17 seconds now. Will there be OT? Will this be it? Diving in, one more goal, and that is game! Redshift take round 3. It's been 3 reverse sweeps here on our venue showcase, and oh my goodness, what a barn burner.
Oh my goodness, indeed. Heroic saves, but followed by devastation on Redshifts, and able to once, twice, and 3-time charms it in past the elite goalkeeping. Incredible finish to that round. That was a absolute war here, and we're not even done with this tournament yet. Amazing. Chaotic, what did you think? Wow.
What I think, I mean, near the end there, I stopped taking notes because I was so glued to the screen. What a game by both of those teams. But I mean, overall, Crescendo able to turn it around after that round 2. They shifted back into a more controlled play style, and they started leaning on that Sweet Tooth and Chocolate stack a lot more. However, Redshift, I think, picked up on that. A lot of those drives where they were able to score, it was because they had numbers advantages working it down the field, because they managed to get Chocolate and Sweet Tooth broken up. So it was like, battling it out live in terms of the strategy and the metas. Crescendo trying to figure it out with Sweet Tooth and Chocolate. Redshift identifying it, breaking it apart, breaking up those stacks, and executing it with their own control to work it down the arena and get the points. But I mean, other than that, it was just two teams firing on all cylinders, and it was a matter of who made more mistakes that the other could capitalize on first.
Absolutely. And if you look at the scoreboard, I know I see Twitch chat pointing it out as well. I mean, it tells a whole story, right? Adjustments after adjustments. One team dominates one round, another team dominates the other round, and then the third one, they meet right in the middle, essentially. Unstoppable force, immovable object. That is Echo Arena. Just in a nutshell, just those are minor things, those little adjustments, the mental game. It's always such a fascinating, almost experiment, or just kind of a study, watching sports like this and esports on just the human mentality and how again, it's one score can spark an entire massive run, and you just see these ebbs and flows that are just so incredible to watch. And then you get even ones like that where it just all comes together in a medley of beautiful gameplay. That was a fun one, Luke.
Oh my goodness. I mean, that was an absolute classic Echo Arena match, and we're just getting started. This weekend, of course, is the Challenger Cup. Next weekend is the finals, and every single match is going to be a taste of that every single time. It's only going to get better from here on out. Tomorrow, we're going to get to see 3 teams that get eliminated and 2 teams, make it through over to next weekend, May 14th, May 15th. It's finals! And that's certainly one you don't want to miss. So make sure you do tune in then. But oh my goodness, Palador, it's been an absolute pleasure casting with you and Chaotic again, as well as one of the teammates on cams. But man, I'm just so amped up right now. That was some amazing Echo Arena.
Oh yeah, it never gets old. Every year, just these every season, these games that you get, especially around Challenger Cup and Finals time, they just get the blood flowing as a player and as a spectator, just like nothing else does in VR or otherwise. Amazing time for sure. Can't wait for tomorrow, so everyone be sure to stay tuned or tune back in again, I should say. We'll be at the same places, the same channels, the same times for both Europe and North America. So check the schedules and be here, because otherwise I can guarantee you're going to be missing out on some special moments, no doubt, where everything on the season is going to be on the line for these teams. Win or go home tomorrow.
Win or go home.
And for the rest of this season, yeah.
Absolutely. And of course, tomorrow starting us off on venues is once again one and only Crescendo against Juicebox, who did beat the Nebraska Numbskulls there over on Channel 2. Tensor against Corrupt. Tensor, we saw them earlier, staying alive, and they're trying to keep their Masters, or rather Finals dream alive here, and that will be started on Channel 2 tomorrow. And then, of course, in that third game of the day in the Finals upper bracket for that first master spot, or final spot, is Ace against Redshift, the two master teams. How would it be any other way coming into next weekend? So some exciting games tomorrow. Make sure you do tune in. And again, huge shout out to Wonder Team and running us on cams, and the Real Zeros, as well as Outback Blades and our wonderful mod team doing all the real work behind the scenes here in VRML.
Absolutely. Tomorrow's going to be a blast. There's going to be plenty of flair, plenty of hope. It'll be cool. And they're going to be laying down the law. Twitch chat, it's been a pleasure being back on the cast and venues, everyone tuning in from there. Thank you for doing so. Hope you guys had an amazing time. As always, I've been Palador. That's been Luke, Psychaotic. And again, Wonder T-Man for the wonderful cams. As always, he's incredible at that. It's been good. Until the next time, which is very soon, be happy, be healthy, be safe, and be good to each other. And we'll see you tomorrow. VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Border Foods, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Rebuff Reality, and VRware.net.